Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show with the three amigos. Hotman, Crowder, and Solana on FM radio. Them boys be sliding, so we riding and we ready to go. 100,000 watts full throttle, baby, ready to blow. We passing poker out to Jupiter, we got your attention. You can tune in anywhere, but listen at your discretion. To the legend, Mr. Hotman can't stop him, each other deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my rush more of these sports, spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest Dolphins, who rock the 52. Solana one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a bell on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do it wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. You spit the fast while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey, welcome to the show.
What a time to be alive and be a sports fan in South Florida. What a Friday this is. Heat win their 7th in a row. They're the 6th seed. They are fractionally, Crowder, behind Orlando for the 5 seed in the East. And the construction in my house, I don't know if you heard that or not, but the construction just kicked up. And if it gets too loud, I'll turn it over to you guys. Can you hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. Because there's nothing going on right now. That was a test. But
now we have full disclosure. I have guys working on my roof and the cleaning lady here. So, yeah, if we have a little noise, just let us know. And we can.
Solana and Jimmy, you got it. If it gets a little too noisy here, you just let me know. You take it from here. I know you got a lot of stuff to talk about.
So you guys had the whole day off yesterday. And then on top of that, you show up for Friday's show. Hoch's got construction workers in his house. And
you really don't hear that?
Yeah, of course we do. Everybody hears that.
He said he didn't hear it.
Yeah, but he's got CTE. I mean, he doesn't hear anything.
I was super confused when he's like, "Yeah, I can't hear anything." I was like, how can you not hear that?
Y'all not know I read y'all's lips on StreamYard? I don't know what's going
on. Yeah, sorry about that. I apologize. This won't last. The building has to have them out by 5, so the last hour of the show will be completely clear.
Great.
Perfect.
Anyway, so the Heat, they're fractionally behind Orlando, and they play them tomorrow, Crowder. So, and then you've got the Hurricanes. They won their first game in the ACC tournament yesterday. They had a double bye. They play again tonight. Dolphins yesterday introduced Malik Willis as their new quarterback. I mean, this is action. Like we got serious, significant action. I should mention Panthers won their 3rd in a row. I don't know how significant it is, but you know, if we're talking about action, World Baseball Classic, Team USA plays tonight, right? They're in Houston tonight, I think.
Yes, Team USA plays in Houston tonight, but there's a game here at Lone Depot Park as well tonight and tomorrow. The DR South Korea tonight.
That's going to be crazy. Dominican Republic tonight at Lone Depot Park. Hello. I mean, that is going to be South Florida's biggest party.
There's a number of Dominican Republic baseball players that are very good at their job.
Yes.
I watched
that. That is good baseball analysis right there.
What? I'm looking at the sideline like, the dugout. I don't even know. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of guys I know on this team.
Just learn one phrase. If you're going to the game tonight, que lo que? Oye, mi tigre.
No. Come on. We know the phrase. Rojo.
They'll be selling some pizzas.
I think when you and I were at the World Baseball Classic game, I think it was a Dominican Republic game.
Was it? That was a good time. I didn't look at the field too much, Hawk. I don't know what your angle was.
I think it was Venezuela, Dominican Republic when we went. Which, I mean, talk about a party. But, yeah, Crowder famously, Rojo.
That means I want a pizza.
That was you telling someone where the Papa John stand was. For those who haven't listened to this show for years, that was Crowder trying to tell someone who didn't speak English where to find the Papa John stand. The lines were insane. You know, it was a huge sellout, and Crowder's just pointing, Rojo, Rojo,
I think that's a hell of an explanation.
Rojo, Rojo. So anyway, there is a lot going on. We have our final pair of Heat tickets to give away on today's show. Heat and Spurs, March 23rd. We will give away the tickets today at 4:40. 4:40 this afternoon. And we have a loaded potato on the program today. Chris Whittingham is going to join us. Inter Miami's got a big one tomorrow. Chris Whittingham is going to join us. Clay Ferrero is going to join us. Joe Zagacki is going to join us from Charlotte, home of the ACC tournament. So we got action. We'll do headlines here. I'll turn my mic off so our construction workers can construct. Okay. And Solana will bring you the headlines. Brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
So, Hoch, what do you think about Malik Willis?
A lot of excitement down here. Quickly, a lot of excitement down here, but this Bam thing is starting to piss me off. I'm not going to lie. Listening to ESPN.
Okay.
No, how they're treating Bam, how people are detracting an 83-point game. I counted 66 points. What the hell? No, it's 83 points he scored. But now, and I'm a Bam. I've criticized Bam for years. But the way they're treating an 83-point Bam game, it's starting to really upset me, fellas. I'm not going to lie.
Well, both of you fell into that in the opening segment of the show where you're talking about, the ethics of Bam being in the game at the very end. I love what Spo had to say yesterday. I love what Bam had to say yesterday. The idea that you're at 70 points with 9 minutes to go, which was my point, and you're not going to go for it is just unfathomable to me. Yeah. And that's exactly what they did. And anybody who watched the game would know that Bam earned those points. There was no tomfoolery going on until the last 2 minutes. And exactly what Coach Spo said is exactly what I told you guys. Guess who started it? The Washington Wizards by purposely fouling anybody not named Bam Adebayo. I mean, this dude was going to get it. He had 70 points with 9 minutes to go.
Giannis gave him his love. And Jeff Teague gave him his love. Those are the two guys that I respect on this topic. The other guys are saying just goofy stuff.
Gordon Hayward. I mean, get out of here. You broke your leg in half 18 seconds into your Celtics career, and you were never the same player.
There's no one who wanted Gordon Hayward here more than Solana. I mean, this guy all of a sudden is going to change his mind on Gordon Hayward. This guy, he's also holding up Spo. And again, I defended Bam. I said I understood where someone would pull it apart. But now Solana talking about what Spo said is that being the ultimate arbiter. Well, so Spo has even told you at this point that, of course, they started it. Well, what do you think Spo's going to say? We started it and the Wizards were responding?
I'm not telling you it's the ultimate arbiter. I'm telling you I liked what Spo said because it's the same way I felt about the entire thing, that anybody criticizing Bam Adebayo for going for something that is so remarkable is ridiculous, considering the fact that nobody, or several guys, but Bam Adebayo is one of them, is a testament to hard work, dedication, playing the game the right way, sacrificing for your team, and people not propping him up because of those things when he scores 83 points to me is absurd. Like, that's the guy you should celebrate when he scores 83. That's the guy.
Solana, I'm with you. Heavy power washer. Okay, we're good to go. Solana, I'm with you in all that goofy ass cliche shit you just.
Oops, gotta dump that, Jimmy.
Tell me how you really feel.
Man, that's the thing I heard today. Oh, he's the holder of culture and blah 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 blah. He scored 83 points in a basketball game. That is extremely difficult. Who gives a damn about the culture? Who gives a damn about what he does? Who gives a damn about his defense and his hard work and him taking the torch from D Wade? And none of that. 2 nights ago, this man went out and scored 83 points. That should be the end of the conversation. There should be nothing about Heat culture and torch bearing and all that stuff. That was an impressive game on the offensive side of the court, and that's all it should be. And people are making it this problem with you just did something where it's Wilt, Bam, Kobe. He's sandwiched between two Hall of Famers, and they're making it more than it is. I understand Bam's influence on the Heat, but
I'm not talking about Heat culture. You keep saying I never once mentioned Heat culture.
He deserves it because he works hard and he does everything right, and he's a good husband.
Literally what you just said.
No,
I said
he
just said, Solana.
I said he deserves to be praised for all those things.
He deserves to be praised because he scored 83 points in an NBA 48-minute game. Period.
Just like he deserves to be criticized when he scores 6.
Period. Performance-based business, and he performed at the third highest level offensively, or the second highest level offensively in the history of basketball. That's it. There should be no other conversation about it.
It could be both things, in my opinion. And what people are the way that they're misrepresenting it for watching 2 minutes of a game and highlights of Keyshawn Johnson missing a free throw aren't representing what actually transpired Tuesday night the right way. We're saying the same thing. I'm just adding a layer to it, which is the fact that he's not Kobe, the fact that he's not Devin Booker, the fact that he's not Luka makes this more remarkable. And I don't see the issue with that.
I think you're watering it down when you talk about his personality and all this stuff and how he's a great leader and how he stayed with the Heat. I think you're watering it down.
I don't.
He had one of the best offense performances in the history of basketball on that night, and that should be what it is. Performance-based. I don't care about anything else he does. I don't care about his girlfriend. I don't care about if he's a good dad or a bad dad or not a dad. He went out and dropped 83 points on a team's head. Period, point blank. Was Wilt Chamberlain, how was he as a father when he dropped 100? No one cares. What was Kobe doing when he dropped 81?
I think he threw down like 26, 27 women that night.
I'm telling you, no one cares about that. People are putting this into this, like you said, alternative reality of what we have to talk about. We have to talk about a ball being tipped off. 48 minutes later, a man having 83 points. That's what the conversation should be. The rest of this crap is crazy to me. That's why I'm getting upset.
That's fine. I'm glad you finally came around on Friday, because on Tuesday, that's not what it sounded like from you, but that's fine. I'm willing to concede here. If that's all you want to talk about, 83 points, nothing else, I'm cool with it, as long as you don't start bringing up that wasn't basketball at the end of the game. That wasn't basketball at the end of the game, which is what you defaulted to on Tuesday or on Wednesday after the game.
We were saying we understand the other side. We understand why the people would watch that game. Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game has no footage. He was playing against a bunch of Jimmy Garcias. But no one has that video. Do we criticize the 100-point game? We praised the 100-point game, and everybody out there was 5-2.
I'm not offended by that, by the way.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. It was a reference point thing. My bad.
Continue.
But this conversation, how it's kind of meandered through the week. Everything I watched this morning, because I had some time today, I was fishing and just listening to radio and podcast stuff. I started getting upset. Oh, he's a great guy. Oh, he came from Nigeria. He loves his mom. I don't give a damn if he hasn't met his mom. He scored 83 points. Period.
I'm kind of with Crowder. It kind of diminishes what he did when you give it this affect of, and he's a team player and he deserves this because he's
it doesn't diminish it at all. The people,
I think it does. I think Crowder's right. I think the merit stands on its own, and to have to couch it under he deserves it, and he he did it regardless. It didn't matter if it's Bam or Davion Mitchell or Myron Gardner. Put up 83 points. You put up 83 points.
And I don't
if he was a deadbeat dad, he still scored 83 points in 48 minutes.
It's not about that, Crowder. The reason those conversations, the reason those things were brought up were because before that discourse, the discourse from the 4-letter network and from a lot of talking heads turned into, that's not a valid 83-point game. He shouldn't have done that. A New York Times piece from Sam Amick, who, by the way, I love his work, saying he should have stopped at 81 because he had to have respected Kobe Bryant, who did it the right way, who didn't chase for it, which is just bonkers, which is just not true. So the reason we're bringing up the fact that Bam Adebayo is a workhorse and has improved his game every year and isn't a natural scorer is not because we're doing it to couch his 83-point game. It's because we're trying to show those other dummies who didn't watch the game and chose to tear down this monumental feat that they're wrong. This is why you should appreciate it. I'm with you, though. I only wanted to talk about 83 on Wednesday after the 83-point game. I would have been happy to go through every damn highlight and just celebrate it. But we couldn't do that because immediately people were talking about, well, Kobe's was better. Oh, Bam cheated to get it. It was unethical. Those are the people you should be upset about, not me celebrating Bam for being a good teammate and a great player overall. It should be the people who are calling him a cheat and unethical and blaming Coach Spo and claiming that Adam Silver should take the entire thing away and give the Wizards the win. Those are the people you should be upset with, not me.
I'm upset with all y'all, and you're in the batch with Sam Amick. That's his name.
And also, it was Whitlock who said take the win away, which
Great
I mean, you're going all these people. It was Jason Whitlock who's looking for clicks.
Hey,
Great
I could
take
do
by him.
3 hours on how much I dislike Jason Whitlock now. Don't trust me.
Such a great take by him. It really was. All right, tonight, Canes Hoops. That was fun, by the way. That was a great way to start the 2:00 hour.
I was upset. I really was emotionally upset riding around fishing this morning, listening to people talk about the Bam 83. That upset me.
Well, he didn't have 83 last night for anybody who watched the game.
Couldn't even run. He was running with stiff legs.
He was
I mean,
gassed, bro.
he ended with 21. And the reason that I found it to be a little bit frustrating was this. His over-under was 22.5. And I think people were hammering the under. All of a sudden, about an hour and a half before the game starts, it's down to 21.5. So I bet the Bam over 21.5. I bet the over. Then Tyler Hero is out for the game. His total goes to 24.5. So now I've got the best Bam total that has been given by the Hard Rock app. 21.5. I got in at the exact right time. He had 2 free throws at the end of the game. Game was already salted away. He had 2 free throws. Makes the first one. That gives him 21. All you have to do is make the second one. And I'll give you the pass if you leave it short because you're tired. He clanked it off the back of the rim.
At least we'll always remember Bam's 83-point game as the Myron Gardner game on this show.
I put in early when we were talking about, I put in Giannis over 25.5, Tyler over 23.5. Tyler didn't play, so they just gave me the number on Giannis over 25.5, and he hit it. Which I love at a Hard Rock bet app. That they
Well,
do
that's
that.
I mean that any gambling though, you had it at a parlay, right? So it just
Yes.
becomes a single bet. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got me a little green on top.
Yeah.
Hey, this Giannis guy.
He's pretty good at
guy.
basketball.
Hey, not bad. He's not bad,
Yeah.
this Giannis guy.
Oh, let me tell you, he's making wells in Nigeria. Who cares? He's the NBA MVP.
Had a lot of good things to say about Bam. Had a lot of good things to say about Heat culture after the game. You know, this Giannis guy, Hoch, you were probably right. Not too bad of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Vintage Bob performance last night, too. My Bob as a backup take isn't exactly aging well. 30 saves for Bobrovsky. The Cats have won 3 straight. They get the overtime winner last night. Tonight, Canes Hoops semifinal against John Crotty's Virginia Cavaliers at 7 p.m. Winner will play the winner of Duke Clemson, 8 p.m. tomorrow on ESPN. But tonight, 7 p.m. Listen to the game here on WQAM. And the Miami Heat, they can be the 5 seed. They're only 2.5 games back of the 4 seed, which is the Cleveland Cavaliers. So pretty crazy stuff. Heat Magic tomorrow is an 8 p.m. tip-off.
All right.
What do you guys think of Malik Willis? We have some sound we can play a little bit later, but I was listening to some of it earlier this morning, and he gave us nothing which I loved. Just
Yeah,
like
I liked it.
coach
I thought he was, sometimes you wonder, can someone comport themselves as a starting NFL quarterback? And again, he's not a rookie having to do it. And I was impressed with what he said. And like you say, he kind of didn't say much. I'll read you something real quick here from David Furones. If you want the Sun Sentinel, he wrote this after watching the press conference yesterday. Willis, who this fall can start to prove capable of being the man behind center for a Dolphins team who needs someone to surface after 25 years without a quarterback leading them to a playoff win, admitted Thursday he wasn't ready when he entered the league. He was evaluated as one of the 2022 draft's top quarterbacks, but he slipped to the third round and the Titans. He saw 3 starts as a rookie, none in his second season before the Titans moved on from him. Green Bay Packers, where the new GM, John Eric Sullivan, and the head coach watched him as the starter behind watched him as the backup behind starter Jordan Love. He showed flashes in limited opportunities as a backup and made him a coveted quarterback in free agency this year. And what Malik Willis said yesterday was, I think it happened when I was prepared. I think when I came in the league, I wasn't prepared. And that's not a knock toward my coaches or myself. That's just what it was, coming from the system I came from. And I've had a chance to learn the last 4 years since I've been in the league, went through 4 different offenses and seen a bunch of different defenses. And I just think I've grown a lot, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. You can't ask for more than someone who, I say it of Mike McDaniel with the Chargers. Like, if you can take the negatives of the experience you had and learn from them and turn them into positives, you'll see success. And I think Brian Flores probably can do that with his Dolphins days. I think Mike McDaniel probably can. And I'm hoping Malik Willis is able to do that from Green Bay and Tennessee.
The self-awareness and learning from your own mistakes as well as others. That's a part of being an intelligent person.
Yeah.
All right, guys, your weather in South Florida right now, it is 80 degrees. It's pouring in my neck of the woods. I know there's some rain that's going to be hitting the South Florida area into this evening. That is your weather.
All right, Clay Ferrero is going to join us in the next segment. Cheetah Pompano is a great spot if you want to catch a game this weekend or a fight. They got VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. And Cheetah Pompano has the amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. Next week is St. Patrick's Day, Tuesday the 17th. Make plans to join the St. Patrick's Day celebration at Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. $7 Jameson shots, $100 bottle specials, corned beef and cabbage on the menu, and a pot o' gold liquor basket giveaway. St. Patrick's Day at the Cheetah. Saturday, March 28th. That's the Rodriguez Charities 7th Annual Poker Tournament at Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. 100% of the proceeds from the event are donated to local charities. There's $10,000 in cash prizes, $200 buy-in, and there will be bounties when you knock out a high-profile celebrity player like myself. That's Saturday, March 28th, Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. Hope to see everyone there. You can get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Everything that comes out of my mouth is generally wrong. right, Clay Ferrero in 1 minute. First, I want to talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic. Low testosterone can be a real issue for a lot of guys, can lead to poor sleep and low energy and brain fog, makes it difficult to stay in shape. And that's where Atlantic Men's Clinic comes in. I go there for a testosterone shot once a week, and I am thrilled that I do. I've been doing it over a year now. Wish I had started sooner. If you're feeling sluggish, you just don't feel like you used to feel, I recommend Atlantic Men's Clinic. More than just the testosterone, Atlantic Men's Clinic can help men lose weight, support metabolism, improve gains in the gym, and more with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. With the low T treatments combined with the body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. I'm talking more energy and better focus, improved sleep, better workouts, a renewed sex drive as well. So, you're having those symptoms of low T? Schedule a consult with Atlantic Men's Clinic. They have 7 locations in South Florida. Call them at 877-455-7300 or visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details. Clay Ferrero is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, sports anchor and reporter at Local 10 here in Miami. What is worthy, Clay, of being talked about first? The Heat have won 7 in a row, and Bam followed up his 83-point performance Tuesday with 21 and 8 last night. Canes men's basketball, they've got the semifinal tonight. They won yesterday. Or Malik Willis gets introduced as the new Miami Dolphins quarterback yesterday. What's the opening shot here on the segment?
Well, I'm just glad that the opening shot wasn't, speaking of low T, let's bring in Local 10's Clay Ferrero.
Oh, wait a second. I was low T. I'd be taking a shot at myself there. Now you're kind of roundabout taking a shot at me.
I was like, man, that is quite a buildup. I wonder where they're going. Man, but like, am I missing something here?
No, you don't seem sluggish at all.
Yeah, well, I still think it's Bam, and I still think that, even though the shine is worn off a little bit, I still think it was such a heavy accomplishment in the grand scheme of things, and also the fact that they have now won 7 in a row. And you listen to Zach Lowe's podcast, and I do think there's a feeling in the league right now that this is a little bit different than some of these more recent winning streaks where you look at the Heat and it was like, yeah, they're winning, but I just don't know. Some of these wins have been extremely impressive. I thought the win over Charlotte was really impressive. So I still think that's probably where we're at, especially heading into a weekend where they take on a Magic team, and you kind of need to win that game if you're gonna compete for the 5 spot. And it would really help you with the 6 as well. But so I'm probably still leaning that way. I will say though, I love what the Miami Dolphins have done. I love what they've done with signing Malik Willis and some of the other moves they've made, both the additions and the subtractions.
All right, we'll get to the Dolphins then second, but we'll stick with Bam here. When he came out a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago and said, I'm tired of this bleep and I'm tired of being in the play-in, that was a wake-up call, right? To his teammates and to himself. And then he went out and backed it up. And by the way, since then, they've really kind of delivered, no?
Oh, they have. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I do think that it's rare that Bam speaks out publicly like that. And I think the fact that everybody's rallied around him it says something. And I also think that when you look at the reactions, not just from his teammates, but Eric Spoelstra the other night for getting the 83, I just think there's something to that. And I thought it was interesting. Sometimes Spo comes in to these news conferences with a message that he's looking to deliver. And it doesn't matter what question is asked, but normally the question is asked. And yesterday when he's asked about the criticism, the haters and all that stuff, he had the message in his pocket and he was ready to deliver it. And I think the whole pregame news conference was probably 4 questions at most. And by the end, he kind of, in his last answer, he said, I have a story about Bam I'm going to tell in a minute. And so he wanted to make sure to deliver. And what he said at the end was, here's a story about Bam. And I don't know if you guys played this yet, but he said when he was going through his roughest patch this season, he said, look, usually in this league, if a superstar is a max player and going through struggles offensively, usually it creates friction with his coach. and he had a really bad game on a Saturday night, and I had Spo speaking here. He said, I had my 5K, my charity 5K the next morning, and who do I see at 5 a.m. there just to support? It's Bam. And so I just think there's this, when you're disappointing Bam, I think there's just this level. It's just different. It's not like UD where UD is going to scream at you. There's a different level of leadership with it. Not different level, but he just leads in a different way. And it kind of feels like the team is following him, and the fact that he puts up 83 and then comes back last night and clearly was not himself. He clearly was still suffering the hangover a little bit from the 83-point game, and everybody else was able to pick him up. I just think there's something to that.
And the criticism of Bam, Clay, that you talk about, and like we don't talk about Wilt playing against guys that were 5'2". We don't say Kobe got singled until the end of the fourth quarter when he had 81. In the future, when we talk about Bam's 83-point game, are we going to talk about the Wizards and what they were doing and defensively and the Heat leaving on the court? Are we talking about any of that in 5-6 years when we say Bam had an 83-point game?
Not nearly as much, and maybe people still will be to some extent, but I would encourage everybody, go back on YouTube. There's an NBA TV clip of every single basket, every point that Kobe scored in that game where he scored 81. And every time he scores, it shows how many points he has at that time, and you can also see the time left and what the score is. All free throws late in that game by Kobe, and it was very clear they were feeding him. Now, that game was closer early in the fourth quarter, but they pulled away quickly, and Kobe ended up scoring 28 in that fourth quarter, and Bam had 21 in the fourth the other night. I just think there's this – we're not comparing – people who are being critical of this, they're trying to make it apples to oranges, and it's not. It is apples to apples. It may have been done a little bit different way, but – for anybody right now to score 80 plus, there's going to be some level of manipulation there. I think what's more important is when you looked at that game, he had 62 going into the fourth. And if he has just a decent fourth quarter, given who else was on the floor, let's just say he scores 10, then we're talking about a 70 plus point game. Like, that's nothing. I just think there's too much focus on that. And I think if it were somebody like Steph Curry or SGA or Wembanyama, I don't think there would be quite as much focus on that part of it. But because Bam isn't a superstar in the sense of the word that face of the league and all that stuff, that it's not received the same way.
Hey Clay, I heard what Zach Lowe had to say on his pod as well, and other people, national NBA guys have kind of, I know Bill Simmons alluded to it before the Milwaukee win. Something's brewing in Miami. But what does that mean in your eyes? Because when we talked 2 weeks ago, I remember talking about the ceiling of this team, and then Khalil Ware started playing, and clearly that's changed a little bit, I'm sure. What is the ceiling of this team as we speak here today? Because they've won 7 straight games. Norman Powell hasn't played in a single one of them. Wiggs has missed almost most of them. Tyler's missed the last 2. The Heat are winning these games without 3 and sometimes 4 of their starters outside of Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, and I'm glad you asked that because it's kind of looking to quantify it. And I think sometimes when you say, oh, things are going well, then everybody can have a different definition of that. For me, if everybody comes back reasonably healthy and Spo can find the right mix, I see this team getting out of the play-in, which is their number one goal right now. And I think that would be a significant win. I think when your captain comes out and says, this is what I want us to do the rest of the season, and then you're able to do that, that's not nothing. And then, maybe potentially if you get the right matchup in the first round, or, injuries happen, stuff like that, not hoping for injuries, but maybe you do win a first round series. But I think more Solana, I think if they're able to get out of this, get out of the play-in, that's going to be a win for them. And I also think that, Eric Spoelstra, I feel like is kind of starting to accept the idea that this has to be kind of a bridge year in some ways. And he's going to want to win every single game. And it's not that you're going into a game thinking you're not going to win. But I also think that, man, you're seeing the young players start to step up, and, they're going to start to build a little more consistency. I love what I saw from Yakachonis last night, and then obviously Pelle Larsson. And so the more that those guys are able to contribute, if you can win games with those guys contributing, get out of the play-in, and at least look moderately competitive, in a first-round playoff series, then I think that's a win. And I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility right now.
I should mention that Clay's Local 10 is going to rebroadcast Bam's 83-point game Sunday night at 8 p.m. And that, for me, like, harkens back to the old days where you'd gather the family around the TV, pop a little popcorn, put a little Coke Zero over ice, and have a little family night watching a TV show together. What would be better than huddling up with the fam, putting Local 10 on the TV, and watching Bam go for 83?
And I promise you, if we were re-airing the Malik Willis news conference, I wouldn't have said that was first when you invited me on. Like, it's not just because we're...
Yeah, now it all comes together. Now it's all coming together.
When you were a kid, there was no microwaves and no Coke Zero. There was glassed bottle Coke.
That is true. There were no microwaves. But we would gather around the TV. It would be like, wasn't it Disney Movie of the Week? Wasn't that on Sunday nights?
Yep.
That's when the family would get together in front of the TV.
Disney, yeah,
it was the best. This is kind of like that. And the thing about this game, there's no slow moments. He's not on the bench. One of the criticisms. He's not on the bench, so it's not like you got to sit through 9 minutes of him not playing, and you're hope like you'll be watching him score all night long.
And not for nothing, he looked gassed. He looked gassed last night.
Understandably so, though.
I think Spo would do it again 10 times out of 10, but I don't think anybody anticipated for him to hit a wall early in the game like he did last.
Also, to keep up with Giannis, he did have to keep up with Giannis yesterday. To be fair, Clay. Yeah,
fair.
We would make 100%. A popcorn in a popcorn popper back when I was a child, Crowder, with oil. You'd put the oil in.
A little spinner.
You make the popcorn. No, not the air popper. The oil and the popcorn would lay on top, and then we'd break open a tab. You ever had a tab?
So I saw them. I never actually had one. What did they taste like?
Terrible. It was the worst. I mean, you knew that you were on a diet when you drink tab. Like, you drink Coke Zero, you don't know if, like, it's just, I'm just drinking a Coke Zero, tastes the same. You drink Tab, every gulp reminded you were fat.
That sounds like a perfect marketing. Tab.
Real quick, before we run out of time, you said you were a fan of what the Dolphins have done. They have made massive changes. And I just saw Joe Shad tweet out, too. Like, they've done more in free agency than I expected them to be able to do. You're a fan of what the Dolphins are doing.
Huge fan, because you've moved off of the big bad money deals that you had, and I think you're taking a swing with Malik Willis, a high upside potential quarterback. And if things don't work out, fine. You win 3-4 games, and you're drafting really high in a good quarterback draft. And if he ends up working out, then man, you got to steal. If he ends up being a franchise quarterback, I'm talking about franchise quarterback type player. If you end up getting that for what you gave him, then my goodness, you've hit a grand slam. And if you don't, then fine. You're going to have a quarterback on a rookie deal because you're going to be drafting high. I just think when you look at how the salary cap is laid out over the next few years relative to the Dolphins, you either have Willis on a very reasonable deal, or you're going to have a quarterback on a rookie deal. And if either one of those pan out, then you're setting yourself up to be very successful if you draft well around them.
And Clay, is it correct to say we're grading on a curve with Sully and Halfley, actually? Because I bring up the defense, like offensively, the weapon, Achan's there, Waddle's going to be your number one. I personally don't think he's your number one, but defensively, like, Chop hasn't showed himself off. Jordan Brooks can play. Our secondary, I don't know who's the safeties. Minka's gone. Like, should we grade the season that you said you love their moves, but are we grading on a curve?
Oh, 100%. And I think that curve is irrespective of wins and losses, and that's not what anybody wants to hear. That's not what people within the building want to hear. But I do think that you have to look at this from a holistic perspective. And man, you're finding a way to reset the cap in a year by still bringing in a quarterback that could ultimately hit. And you've really got a grace period of a year where if you don't win a whole lot of games, that's okay. Just build the foundation. and I don't know, maybe people don't feel the same way I do, but as I'm looking at it, this season's wins and losses mean a lot less to me than number one, are you establishing a culture? And you do that by coming in and trying to make sure that you've got guys on the same page. Number two, do you find a quarterback? And that's either with Malik Willis or, man, maybe Quinn Ewers just turns into Superman all of a sudden and wins the job, or you draft a guy. Those are the two things to me that man, and do you draft well? Number three, you have to draft guys that you feel like you're building a foundation there, and they have to show something at least a little bit in year one. If you do those three things, I don't care what the one-loss record is. And again, maybe fans don't look at it that way, but you're building a foundation for a franchise, a program, and I think those are the most important things.
Clay Ferrero from Local 10. Watch Bam's 83-point performance Sunday night, Local 10 at 8 p.m. Thank you as always, Clay. Have a great weekend.
Hey, you know what the L in Local 10 stands for? Low T.
You got you a new job.
That was excellent. That was very good. Did you sit on that all the way from the beginning till the end?
No, I was like, how do I wrap this in a bow with low T? I got to find
That was excellent. That was very well done. I appreciate that. That was very well done. We'll see you, Clay.
Take care, guys. See ya.
There you go. Clay Ferrero from Local 10. Do not go anywhere.
We know that anniversaries are really special. We'll all remember Bam's 83 anniversary and another anniversary. My friends at Ed Morris, they're celebrating their 80th year in business. My buddy Teddy Morris, Chris Atkins, the GM over there, and his entire amazing team at Ed Morris Sawgrass Cadillac. They are commemorating the occasion by giving you special deal savings on Cadillac luxury. You know my wife has a Cadillac from Ed Morris. You have to get you a Cadillac, and the electric Cadillacs, man, you got to check them out. And right now, the all-electric 2026 Cadillac Optic, you can get for just $349 a month, and the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyrics for just $369 a month. They're going to watch out for you. They're having a good time. They're celebrating. You could celebrate. Ed Morris brand's been family-owned and operated for 80 years, so they know how to take care of their customers. Y'all hear me talk about it all the time. Being backed by Morris is a great phrase, but it's a great feeling. From the sale, the trade-in, the lease, the service department, the sales team getting your vehicle. After you get your vehicle, how they watch out for you, send you emails and texts when you need oil changes, when you need your tires done, your 50,000 mile checkup. I'm telling you, I am backed by Morris. My entire driveway is backed by Morris, and you should be backed by Morris. Don't miss out on the 80th year anniversary savings. Go see my friends at Ed Morris Sawgrass Cadillac. They're the 6-time dealer of the year. They're right off Sawgrass Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. You can't miss Ed Morris. Visit EdMorrisSawgrassCadillac.com. And remember, I'm telling you, you got to be backed by Morris. Click EdMorrisSawgrassCadillac.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I gave up squirrel meat.
Oh, good for you. That'll be tough to keep.
Protect your family.
We back at it with this daddy, Hotman, Crowder, and Solana. 305, cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next, always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right, talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like the Matt Murder's bomb off power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for that 3 o'clock.
I've been told we're debuting a brand new segment in the 3 o'clock hour today. I'm very excited about this. I like a new segment every now and then. Also, Chris Whittingham this hour. Next hour, Joe Zagacki live from ACC tournament headquarters. Also, we've got our final pair today of Heat tickets. Heat and Spurs, March 23rd. It's a Monday night. Wemby will be in town. We've been giving away a pair every day this week. We will give away the final pair today at 4:40 in the afternoon. 4:40. Going to get headlines here in a second. World Baseball Classic, we had mentioned this earlier. It's underway. And you got the Dominican Republic playing in Miami tonight, which is going to be a party. And the word is that Juan Soto is coming to meet fans in Miami, and that the Celsius bus might be involved. And I have a Celsius next to me as we speak, by the way. I picked one up today. Retro Vibe Sparkling Sherbet Slush. You know what I told you a long time ago? Sherbet, not sherbet.
Some people call it sherbet, Hawk.
But there is no R in it. I'm looking at it. SHERBET. Sherbet. I've never tried this flavor. I'm going to try it right now.
Me neither. I haven't tried that flavor either.
It's delicious.
That is good. Old school sherbet.
Man, I got Playa Vibe. It's limited edition.
Little beach vibe for you. I like it.
That's what I have.
What do you got, Jimmy?
Like
The same one that Crowder
Playa
has.
Vibe as well?
Yeah.
It tastes like pina colada. It's pineapple coconut. It is off the chain, bro. It's the one I get all the time. I have a case of it.
I've got Old Reliable Peach Vibe.
That is Old
the
Reliable.
OG vibe. The OG vibe.
Well, anyway, word is that Juan Soto is going to be meeting fans in Miami. The Celsius bus might be involved, and we're going to have more details on the radio station. And I know Dan Day, who's on the air tomorrow, he's going to have details. So, but if you do see the Celsius bus, just shoot us a text, 305-567-0560. I mentioned earlier, Crowder and I, we went to a World Baseball Classic game. How long ago was that? 8 years, maybe?
Oh, I was about to say. It's over 5.
It was one of the best sporting events I've ever been to in Miami.
They were playing baseball?
I just want to reiterate that we do have some intel from our friends at Celsius that they may be coordinating something with Juan Soto in Miami tomorrow. And you just tune to this radio station for the details. In the meantime, I'll enjoy my little retro vibe here from Celsius.
The World Baseball Classic is something special, man.
It is something special.
Yes. It's a great time. There was a party going on. I don't know who was winning or losing, but everybody was partying.
We were winning.
We won on row 13. I don't know what the score was.
You want to do quick headlines, Solana, and then move on to your new segment? Or do you want to do the new segment and then follow it with quick headlines?
I think we can just launch right into this new segment because it'll include some headlines as well. I think it works.
All right.
It was brought to my attention via you that you played a new game show on your appearance with Stu Gatz.
Yes.
Think About It Thursdays. Apparently it was a big hit, according to all my Instagram and Twitter DMs. Cool.
Because we do Talk About It Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And so they decided to steal it and gave you credit for it, although called you Solera.
Right.
But they now do Think About It Thursdays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. What is it that you always say, Crowder? Even a blind squirrel will find a nut nowadays?
Yeah, they got to eat, Solana. Solera. What's your name?
Well, I feel like we can one-up it again.
Okay.
Even though Talk About It Tuesday's better, let's be honest, the OG. But I feel like we can one-up it, and we can do it on Fridays so that we get the last say of the week. So I'm introducing Fancy That Fridays.
From the guys who brought you the world-renowned Talk About It Tuesday, Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Absolutely nothing like the guys that brought you Think About It Thursdays, Taylor, the Lipalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopalopal Fancy that. Friday on Hawk, Crowder, and Solana. Not Solero.
Is the game trying to figure out what the voice was saying there? It was impossible to hear. Am I the only one that's having a difficult time? Was that done as a whisper intentionally?
Very sexy.
Who was that?
It's Ron from the JCC, my buddy. He has a great voice.
Your pickleball friend?
It's my workout partner.
Oh,
What happened? He did drop a dumbbell on his larynx?
are y'all built the same? Sounds like it.
Well, fancy that. Guys, SGA broke a record held by Wilt Chamberlain for more than 6 decades by scoring at least 20 points in 127 consecutive regular season games. Fancy that! Which is the more impressive feat over the last week? Bam's 83-point game or SGA scoring 20-plus points in 127 straight games?
Fancy that was the best you could come up with for an alliteration on Friday?
That's all I got.
Give me a couple minutes. I'll come up with an F word better than fancy.
Right? I was kind of thinking along those lines too. And it seems like the music here is so loud, but the intro was so low. Is it just our feed, or is that the way everyone's hearing it?
Is this Bridgerton?
Yeah, none of this sounds the way it should sound.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But it might be the way that we're hearing it, because StreamYard does play things differently than it plays over the air.
Yeah.
But
Sounds like the housemaid.
You would
the
also
housemaid is sneaking around trying to find facts on something. This is weird.
You would also think just Jimmy listening to us talk about how loud it is, he would maybe turn it down a little bit.
that is the
as
funniest
well.
part. The funniest part is both of us complaining about the sound and him just staring straight ahead and not
I am turning it
manipulating
down.
at all.
I am turning it down. What do you expect?
It's funny. Like, you're ripping the sound, and he's like this. He's like, mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just doing what I was told to do.
Right.
Okay. You got
So
your
I'm not,
chest
gonna
out
be,
today, though.
I'm not gonna get thrown under the bus here.
But you got
Oh,
your chest out today, Jimmy. You look good, bro.
I couldn't hear the question. The music was so loud. Something about SGA in there. I don't know. I was writing notes. I don't know, but I will say true. Fancy that.
It was
All right.
true or false?
So Hawk's got 1 point.
True. If I already know it's a win with true.
No, that's where you got it wrong. Fancy that. Your true is a point off.
So Hawk's in the
SGA.
lead here. Hawk's in the lead. Fancy that.
SGA is good at basketball. What? I don't know what we're doing.
Guys, Travis Etienne recently signed with the Saints, and he revealed that everybody's been saying his last name incorrectly. Take a listen to this really quickly.
Growing up, it's Travis Achan, so it'd be like Achane, and that's how you always said Travis Achan. But when I went to college, I kept telling them my name like every day, and like after like 4 weeks, they just couldn't get it. So I'm like, man, it's Etienne. Like, how you say it is how you say it. But I'm very much open to being Travis Achan again, just being myself. I don't have to correct people here on how to say my name.
So Travis Etienne's name has been Travis Achan the entire time. Fancy that! I mean, come on. Are we?
That's the funniest part is like, I think fancy that's supposed to be your punctuation on the segment, but then you went, come on, which seems like a whole different segment. Come on.
Yeah. How about forget about this? Like, forget about this.
Forget
Almost
about
like
it Friday.
Forget about it Fridays. Yeah.
Well, I'll workshop it, but should we accept this name change from someone who's 6 years into his career?
Yeah, of course. They got his name wrong. It's Travis Achan. And by the way, it's Devon Etienne. If you're a Dolphins fan, I don't know if you saw the second part of this story.
Fancy that. No. I'm not with that. I'm not with it's Tienne, right? You're gonna tell me that's Achan? That's not Achan. That's Etienne. You're in America. We speak English. Like, you can't tell me there's no CH in Achan. So no, I'm not gonna call him Achan.
Well, you have to. That's his name.
No, but in what language?
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful otherwise. When
language,
Mike Stanton tells you I want to be referred to as Giancarlo Stanton, you follow along. When Pat Surtain says I want to be Pat Surtain, you follow along. Whoever, it's their name, they dictate how their name is pronounced. You have no say in the matter. It's not an opinion.
So Tian is Chan?
However he wants to pronounce it is how it's pronounced.
Okay,
you don't have a say in it.
From now on, when you say dog, D-O-G, I want you to say cat, C-H.
But that's not your name.
I'm going to change it.
Whatever you tell me your name is, if you say this is the way you pronounce it, then that's it's not an opinion. It's fact. So it's Travis Achan.
Mama named him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
I'm going to call him Clay.
Here's the thing. Devon Achan was Devon Achan. Then he had the 70-point game. Blows up. Everybody knows his name. And he immediately, rookie season, told everybody, no, it's not Achan. It's Achan. Okay, I can vibe with that. Rookie season becomes a household name, immediately makes a change. Mike Stanton turned into Giancarlo Stanton, but he changed his name into Giancarlo Stanton.
That was actually his name.
All right, fine.
He had been going by his middle name because he didn't feel like people would call him Giancarlo.
Right, but my point is that no longer was Mike the name that we were using. Like, it was going to be written Giancarlo Stanton. Etienne's been in the league 6 years. And now all of a sudden, because he's rekindling his French roots, he wants everybody to call him something different. I don't know, man. I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah, the pronunciation of your name isn't a ship that sails. Get someone's name right or it's disrespectful. Period. End of story.
So through the entire draft process, through the entire recruitment process, through the entire NFL season, through the Pro Bowl voting, through all of that, no one could get Etienne.
No one asked him. No one asked him till he went to New Orleans and somebody said, what's the proper pronunciation of your name? No one had asked him.
He said he gave up.
Yeah.
He said he gave up correcting people.
And
so
now he wants people to get it right. He's got a new start in a new city, and he wants people to get it right.
Okay, King. King is my last name.
Okay.
I want you to call me Channing King.
That's fine, as long as you go by Channing King.
I'm going by Channing King. Crowder. That spells King.
That's fine.
Yep. Because I have Native American in my blood.
That's fine. If you say your last name is King, and that's how it's pronounced, I would never disrespect you and say otherwise. Okay. I don't have a say in your last name.
So y'all call me King from now moving forward.
Well, I'm not going to call you King.
That's my last name.
But I don't call you by your last name.
You call me CC, call me CK.
All right. Well, no, there's no K in Crowder.
Got me on that one.
Fancy that.
Wow, Hoch wins. 2-0. All right. I think it has some legs. I really do. We have to workshop it a little bit, maybe change the entire thing. But I think it has some legs. But the idea here is I read you a stat or I read
Right.
you a headline that has some wow to it. Fancy that. I mean,
Fancy
wow.
that.
Fancy that. And then we go into a debate about something.
I love it.
Okay.
This is probably going to put sports radio on its head. No one has done something similar to this.
We do something similar to this.
We do?
Pretty much my entire life now, between this show and the Stugatz podcast, all I'm doing is talk about it Tuesday, 5 days a week.
Wait till you hear what I got for Monday. Marinate on this Mondays.
Marinate Mondays. I like that.
Marinate Monday.
All right. Headlines are brought to you by Durrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com.
By the way, fancy that, and we've got the fancy lad coming up. I just felt like it all worked this hour.
Good tie-in. Yeah.
Here's the problem with the segment. I want to ask you guys another debate, and we don't have to do it, but would you rather take a charge in an NBA game with Giannis Antetokounmpo running full speed at you, or take a 99-mile-per-hour fastball from Shohei Ohtani off the torso? And I feel like that's a good talk about it Tuesday
The torso
question.
where on the torso?
Anywhere.
This is dumb.
Well, that makes a difference. Am I taking it in the shoulder?
Well, it's up to you, isn't it? The fastball is being thrown at you, and now you have to decide. I mean, you're not.
Well, is it up to me how I take the charge? Because I'm going to take it like that if you tell me I can.
No.
You're taking a charge. As long as it's a legal charge, you're in legal guarding position, and your feet aren't on
Well,
that
no, I'm going to get
semicircle.
called for a block on this thing. I am
no.
going into. I'm going to look like a pill bug.
No, I mean, you have to take a legal charge.
That's not fancy at Friday. A man running at you at 18 miles per hour versus a little hard-ass ball hitting you at 99 miles per hour.
I mean,
That's
I'll
easy.
take that pitch 100 out of 100 times.
I would let Giannis run into me.
That's
What?
crazy.
Hawk,
You'd let Giannis, you would take a charge from Giannis full steam. You're not wearing pads here, King.
Hawk, you're not wearing pads with the thing. You would rather a twine baseball hit you at 99 than let Giannis run through your chest at 17 miles per hour.
Yes.
You're crazy.
I would do it like a man too. I wouldn't rub on it like a real baseball player. No, that's it. Take the pitch and it stings and you move on with your life.
Hawk, you would cry. You would need a milkshake. That's not even a question.
It's not. You take the pitch 100 out of 100 times.
No, that hurts way worse. And you can give a little bit. When he hits you, you fall back. He runs over you.
You fall
hit the
back.
ground.
You hit the hardwood.
Yeah, but who are you, Tua? You don't know how to keep your head from hitting the ground? I mean, just take the
your neck muscles up. Hold
Take
your
the
head off the
contact.
ground.
So the problem with that question is I had no stat to tie it into fancy that. So that's where the issue arises.
Oh, where you couldn't punctuate it with fancy that?
I couldn't. I mean, Pella Larson and Drew Smith lead the Heat with 11 charges this year. Fancy that. Just didn't make any sense.
Oh, if you call me king, can I call you queen?
Only if I say that's my name. All right. You have anything in the headlines, Solera?
Hey, Prince, keep it going. We're a whole royal family.
The Heat did beat the Bucks last night, 21 from Bam. He had a 13-point fourth quarter. Pella Larson had a career high, 7 straight dubs for the Heat. They host the Magic tomorrow. The Miami Dolphins have made several signings. Ethan Bonner is one of them. Great.
Fancy that.
Great. The Panthers have won 3 straight. They got an overtime victory yesterday against the Blue Jackets. They open up a 4-game road trip that starts in Seattle on Sunday, 8 p.m. And tonight, Canes Hoops stay locked to them, 7 p.m. semifinal game. They play UVA. If they win, they're in the final of the ACC tournament tomorrow.
All right.
All right, guys, your weather in South Florida right now, 81 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the 70s. That is your weather.
All right, Chris Whittingham is going to join us in the next segment, the Fancy Lad, after a little bit of Fancy That Friday. I mean, the tie-ins happen. So don't go anywhere. We'll talk some Inter Miami and have a little fun with Chris Whittingham in a moment. So do not go anywhere.
So Fancy That may not have been the success I was hoping for, but
would you take the over or the under on Fancy That?
More or less?
Solana,
I'm probably taking less on Fancy That.
Princess Solana, that was amazing.
I thought it was fun. I just didn't love the open.
Well, the open's great. Like, I'm going to send it to you.
I like the Taylor Vippa that was funny, whatever, but it was so breathy and whispery that I'm not certain why we couldn't hear it well.
Okay. Yeah, we'll work on it. Maybe
who did voice that?
Ron from the JCC.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Stop it. Who voiced that?
Ron from the JCC. That's my guy. Huge OKC fan. He'll spot me every now and then.
Y'all spot each other?
Just Ron from the JCC.
Ron from the JCC. He's also a member of my synagogue, Temple Beth Am. Love Ron.
What do you need a spot on?
Hey, Crowder, I saw you try to put up 135, and you were struggling, King. You were struggling, King.
I need a spotter to get this Celsius up to my mouth. Jimmy, spot me.
Sure thing.
I liked it. Just needs to be workshopped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'll work on Marinate Mondays. We'll see if Ron's got any free time to voice that one.
So what do? You have him just do it on your phone as like a voice memo?
No, I had my my mic and my recorder with me at all times.
Who are you, Jimmy Olsen?
At the JCC?
I've got my mic and my recorder.
Gonna record? You thought a press conference might break out in the JCC?
I'm always ready, Hoch. You never know who's gonna walk in.
7, 8. Good set. Hey, so I have this idea. What?
Take my mic, my recorder, and my water jug.
Doctor who doesn't go anywhere without his doctor's bag. He's got Solana shows up with a mic and a recorder, and he's got a windscreen. He's got a step and repeat.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron, you don't mind if I just open up this step and repeat here, and let me get 10 sets in, and then I'm gonna have a quick press conference with you.
Holla at me when we get out the shower, Ron.
By the way, this is all part of the Prize Picks live spot that you're listening to right now.
It really is. Fancy that? I mean, come on. Daily's fantasy players, listen up. I have been talking to you about Prize Picks now for the last month, and I really have no idea why I waited so long to download Prize Picks, one, but also start winning on Prize Picks as well. And by the way, this offer, it's not going to last forever, so you want to take advantage of it. Download the Prize Picks app right now. You're going to get $50 instantly in lineups. All you have to do is play your first $5 lineup. And then if you use my code Solana, SOLANA, you'll get $50 in lineups instantly. Again, just play your first $5 lineup. Look how simple this is. I just open up the Prize Picks app right now, and you've got basketball going on tonight. So I'm going to set 2 to 6 players in my lineup, and I'm just picking their stat projections. It's really simple. For points, I'm going more or I'm going less, and that's it. 2 to 6 player stat projections. You click more, you click less, and it's not just basketball. It's football during football season. It's the other football, which we'll talk about coming up in the next segment. I told you over the past couple weeks, Leo Messi, shots on target. I'm taking more, whatever that number is at. And the best part about Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You want flexibility, choose the flex play. That means even if you don't hit all of your stats, you can still cash out. That lineup doesn't have to be perfect. But if you want the bigger payouts, you go for the power play. The best part is no matter how you play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. I always tell you, it's like you're putting your hot takes in action. So join me and millions of users. Download the Prize Picks app right now. Use code Solana. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días.
mambo. Dale mambo. Son cosas que pasan en el barrio fino. Esta noche contigo la pasé bien. Pero yo me enteré que
All right. Oh, I didn't even remind everybody in the last segment. We have our final pair. Maybe I did. We have our final pair. That segment went so long, I don't even remember what I did during the segment. We have our final pair of Heat. I was going to say Heat Bucks tickets, but the Bucks that they beat last night. Heat Spurs tickets on March 23rd, so you can see Wemby, hopefully, at the Kaseya Center, and we will give those tickets away at 4:40 this afternoon. 4:40 this afternoon. Make sure you're listening to win that final pair. Chris Whittingham is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He's a soccer broadcaster for Apple TV and CBS. Whitty will be on the call for Serie A tomorrow as Inter Milan take on Atalanta at 10 a.m. And then Whitty's going to be on the call tomorrow night. MLS action on Apple TV. New York City hosts Colorado from Yankee Stadium. Sounds like a big one there. Inter Miami is in Charlotte tomorrow night, 7:30. You can watch that game on Apple TV. Jake Zivin and Taylor Twellman, friend of the program, will be on the call for Apple TV. Messi, 1 goal away from 900. Will he get it?
I'm waiting to see it as well, Hawk. I really am. What's up, Woody?
Did his mic get unplugged or something?
Okay.
He knows what happened. He knows what happened. Are you back? Are you good?
Yeah.
No.
I'm back. Everything's good. I have a very faulty mic cable that if you just breathe on it the wrong way, fancy that. If you just breathe on it the wrong way, the mic cable cuts out. But I put in a calendar reminder because it happens on the show all the time.
I would dare suggest that you get a new mic.
Right. So no, it's the cable.
And a proper one. Let's get a proper one.
It's the cable. It's fine. Okay. But I put a calendar reminder in before the show today and to remind me tomorrow to order one because the only time it ever cuts out is when the show is on and then I don't remember.
Haven't you had this one since COVID?
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Haven't you had this for 6 years?
No, the mic cable is like, brand new.
It's like 6 years since Tom Hanks Day.
No, that's incorrect.
Tom Hanks Day was 2 days ago.
This is a different microphone. You guys are both incorrect on this.
No, they made me buy a new mic, and it works perfectly.
Your microphone and your internet were straight up garbage, and we've helped you. We've helped you become a better broadcaster. I even have a
Hawk
mic
sent a
flag
guy
here.
to my house, Whitty.
Really?
Scott and Dino came to my house, and they put all kind of crap up in my roof, and now, man, my Wi-Fi is amazing.
The best.
What, you have a satellite that goes? Are you using Elon Musk's Starlink?
He's using Starlink.
Is he really?
Starlink,
Yep.
Bro. Starlink is stupid. The shows come on before they should be on.
So we knew that he didn't know much about technology. After the Starlink got installed, he goes, I just thought the circle of time doom was everyone's Netflix watching experience. He goes, I can't believe you hit Netflix. Netflix comes on. There's no circle counting time.
Were you using DSL before? Like, I don't understand how your internet was that bad. Most people have reasonable internet.
It is crazy, Whitty. I can hit. There's no circle. There's no think time on Starlink.
Dial up. Yeah. You've got mail. All right. So anyway, Chris Whittingham, you can watch Whitty tomorrow, and you can watch Inter Miami on Apple TV tomorrow starting at 7:30. Messi mania that has not abated at all. Correct? The desire to see him play in MLS is greater than ever. He can sell out however big a place they put him in.
First 2 MLS games at the Coliseum, sold out 75,000. And his next game in MLS was in Baltimore. He played in front of 72,000. Actually, I think they announced 74,000 for that game because DC United weren't playing in their usual stadium. They're playing in the NFL stadium in Baltimore. And I believe it's the biggest crowd that has ever gone to that stadium because they open more seats than they would for a Ravens game. So no, that mania has not slowed down whatsoever. I'm expecting another big crowd. The last time that Miami were in Charlotte, they didn't open up the second deck, so I wouldn't expect another crowd in the 60,000s. But yeah, I mean, everywhere he goes, people still want to see him. I guess the difference is, you go back to that LAFC game, is I think there are fewer tourists. I would sort of describe it as such. There are a few people that are there to see Messi. I think there are fans there that want to see their team win against Messi, while you're also kind of taking in the greatest player of all time. So I think that's what we'll kind of see in Charlotte this weekend, is a Charlotte team that is desperate for a win. They have not gotten off to a very good start in MLS play, that will want to beat Messi this weekend, on top of you're also getting to see the greatest player of all time in your place.
Yeah, Whitty, I saw there was a picture recently where Messi was celebrating and he was getting the one finger salute from a lot of the other fans. To your
that
point,
was in Orlando. That was amazing.
Okay, so people want to see him. They want to see him lose, but they still want to see him. Is there any kind of decline in the Messi mania? Is any decline at all? Like, what would that be? Because if he's on the pitch, you talk.
Yeah.
If he's on the pitch, Whitty, it's going to sell out any stadium he's in, right?
Yeah, I mean, the one time that we didn't see was actually this midweek. They played in Nashville, and really the crowds for all the CONCACAF games haven't been massive so far in the tournament. But yeah, I mean, look, he is showing up to places, and all of their games until April 4th are away from home because they're finishing New Stadium, as it is called. NU Stadium, that is the sponsor. So it's kind of a funny one, because you call it, they're playing at New Stadium. The New Stadium? No, it's called New Stadium. But yeah, so until they eventually open the new ground, you're going to see this in every place that he goes to. So yeah, that mania is still there. I guess the thing that they have to continue to deliver is that performance on the field. In DC, I thought they were fantastic. In the second half against Orlando, I thought they were fantastic. There have been other times, though, where that level of performance just hasn't been there. He doesn't quite have that same chemistry with his running mates that he used to. Obviously, Busquets and Jordi Alba were the main guys. Luis Suarez has hardly played in the first part of the season. So that sort of familiarity from the past is not quite there. So we don't see that sort of same level of chemistry. But I still think that same level of interest in everything that he does, that same level of that sort of animosity, I think, has actually grown within MLS over time. Obviously, the Orlando thing, there's been a rivalry between Orlando and Miami from day one, but that really got dialed up to 11 in that game, both in terms of how Messi felt it. He was, I don't know if you guys saw the video of him motioning towards the bench and saying, hey, do you guys want autographs after the game? Which was sort of an indication that has happened before. I don't think that sort of happens of its own regard. But yeah, I mean, I think you look at how he feels it, how the crowd feels it, and it actually might be as big as it's ever been on that basis.
Speaking to the success on the pitch, what are the actual expectations for Inter Miami this year? I know with Messi, it's to win everything, right? I realize that, but Whitty, let me take you back to the first year. They win Leagues Cup. I think going to the playoffs that year, they were so far behind when Messi joined the club, it just wasn't realistic. They win Leagues Cup. That was a success. The following year, go win the MLS Cup, and they get rocked in the first round. Huge upset. It was a massive disappointment. Last year, they played in a lot of different competitions, but I think it was just go win the MLS. Like, prove you can do this. They did it. Is it CONCACAF Champions Cup? Wasn't the best result the other day on the road? Like, what does Messi still have to accomplish in the United States or MLS, whatever it is?
Yeah, I think it is that CONCACAF Champions Cup that's going to be everything for Miami this season, because this is a team that fancies itself as, defining the standard of soccer in the United States and in all of North America, really. I mean, you look at, what they can bring in from a star perspective. They're going to open that new stadium. Obviously, the new stadium will have a lot to play. But I think the biggest thing for them is, all right, we have defined ourselves as the number one team in the United States, without question. We're sort of growing globally. They play the preseason friendlies in Ecuador and Puerto Rico and all these places. And I think they now want to define themselves as the best team in this region. And you have to do that on the field. Like, you can't just say, we're bigger than Club America, we're bigger than Tigres, we're bigger than Monterrey, all these clubs that have massive fan bases, that have incredible playing squads and spend more money on their teams than MLS teams do. So you have to go and beat them. And so far, they only have Nashville to play, which is kind of funny because they play Nashville so damn much. They played them 20 times since they both came into the league in 2020. It's insane how often they're playing against each other. But I really do think that the CONCACAF going and winning that is the number one thing they can do to define themselves. Because, yes, they got into the last Club World Cup last year, but imagine if they did it on merit. Right? They were named as, quote, the host team, which was kind of a ridiculous gambit from Gianni Infantino to get Miami into the tournament. And to be fair, they took that opportunity and went to the last 16, which I don't think a lot of people expected. But if Miami could earn their way into that tournament on merit by being defined as the team of the region, I think that completely justifies everything that they will have done over the last 3 years to become this super team. And it would, I believe that final would happen before the World Cup. So you would be able to do that on the eve of the World Cup when more people are going to be paying attention to soccer. It's the most important thing they can do this year.
Any problems with Inter Miami because they've been shut out twice?
Yeah, I do think that, because I mentioned it earlier, that sort of lack of playing chemistry between Messi and effectively the new stars of the team. Rodrigo de Paul in midfield, who they have incredible chemistry together with the Argentine national team, but that's because I think the roles are a bit more defined. There are more players on the field to do sort of the other parts of the game than there are for Miami. Let's be honest. The Argentine national team is loaded with talent. And so DePaul is going out there when he normally is sort of the energy, hard running, hard tackling. I mean, he's literally referred to as Messi's bodyguard when he plays for the national team, because it is a physical cover that he is providing for Lionel Messi, both in terms of if anything, kicks off and there are any fights in the field, he's there, but also he's there to cover for him physically and do all the running that Messi doesn't do. In MLS, DePaul is now being asked to kind of make the game with his feet and with his technical ability. And so far this season, he has not shown that ability. And then they went out in the offseason and got this new striker from Monterrey, Germán Beterame, who just hasn't clicked so far. They've played 3 games in MLS and 1 game in CONCACAF, and he hasn't really found much of anything in games. They haven't really found much of a connection, Messi and Berterame. So if those are the 2 big guys that are meant to be running with Messi, they aren't really delivering at that level yet. Now, it is very early. It's 4 games in, and I think they're sort of getting used to it. But Busquets had a complete and utter understanding of how to play with Messi. Jordi Alba had a complete and utter understanding of how to play with Messi. I think the remaining pieces on the team are still figuring that out. So when it all comes together, I thought they destroyed DC United away from home. I thought they destroyed Orlando in the second half. But in the other games so far, there just seems to be a lot of the ball, a lot of possession. I think they're a more solid team. But I think in the defining moments, they're still lacking that invention and those sort of clear ideas of how everyone's going to combine. It all has to kind of get figured out by next Wednesday, because I do think that Nashville game, that second leg, it's a defining game of their season, and now they have to win because of the away goals tiebreaker. They have to win the game outright. So I think you look at Miami and go, they need to start figuring this stuff out because they have a lot to play for early in the season.
And Woody, to that conversation, I had a question written down, but now just listening to you talk about Berterame and DePaul, Messi's new teammates.
Very good.
I have to always reference it back to things I know. It's like the big 3 with LeBron, Bosh, and Wade, where that Bahamas trip, like LeBron had to pull Dwayne Wade to the side, or Wade had to pull LeBron to the side and say, "You're the guy now." Is it on Messi to get Berterame and DePaul to understand how to play with him, or is it on the coach, or is it on them to figure it out? How does that dynamic get, kind of get molded?
I genuinely don't know, because I think you go back to sort of Messi's career. Messi's career is completely formed at Barcelona, where they're all taught how to play the same way. They all learn the same runs, the same technical patterns, how to play with each other. And that alchemy just sort of builds naturally. I almost wonder if Messi would even know how to talk about it. It is just sort of one of those things that just happens. And so I don't know the answer to that question. I think part of it will probably have to be some level of conversation, some level of, when I do this, you do that. But there's something about the way that soccer works where I think it's almost better if you don't talk about those things. It's almost better if you just know. But if you weren't taught the game in that way, how can you know? I think that's why when Messi arrived here, he wanted to arrive with not just one of his former teammates, but 3 of his former teammates that just do this with him every game. He doesn't need to tell Luis Suarez what to do. He knows what to do. The thing is that his body simply can't do it at this point, whereas Messi's can. So I honestly don't. It's a great question, Crowder, because I think they will be thinking about that a lot. at the Inter Miami training facility, and the coach will be thinking about a lot, and the players be thinking about a lot. But I think Messi just kind of wishes that he was playing with teammates that didn't have to think about it. They just knew because they were taught how to play the game, quote, the right way. But I don't think that's going to just happen. I think they have to work at it. So with what little time they do have on the training ground, that will be the complete and total focus.
Fellows, it sounds like Woody's saying more Luis Suarez. That's the fix to Inter Miami, and I'm here for it. A couple more knee injections.
In the world, right? More Uruguayans.
More Uruguayans. I mean, Woody, a couple more knee injections? I mean, how much worse can his knees get? Let's go. Suarez. Let's go. Lucho.
You might have to get on the Kobe Bryant go to Germany treatment. Get the blood spinning going.
Alchemy was an excellent use of that word. Was it the proper usage of alchemy?
I think so. Alchemy is sort of like an unexplainable kind of feeling that people have between each other in this context.
Right.
Are you're confirming that?
Confirming?
Yeah. I saw the movie The Alchemist. So I
know words.
Mm-hmm. I always I've never used that word in a sentence, but now I want to use that. It's a really good word, alchemy.
A seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination. Alchemy.
Nice job out of you. Anyway, you can watch Chris Whittingham tomorrow. It was impressive. I like that. Because I've seen the word, but I've never known when to use it.
I worked with Chris for years, and he'll say words that I'm like, I don't know what that means, but let's go to break. Like,
Whittingham will be on the call. Serie A tomorrow. Inter Milan take on Atalanta. 10 a.m.
I love when you say Atalanta. Atalanta.
Atalanta.
Fun word to say.
And then Whitty will be on the call tomorrow night for MLS action on Apple TV, New York City and Colorado from Yankee Stadium. And again, Inter Miami is in Charlotte tomorrow night. That's a 7:30 game, and you can watch it on Apple TV. See if Messi gets his 900th. Will he?
I think so.
All right. Putting the bet in right now. There you go, Chris Whittingham. Thanks, Whitty.
Thanks, guys.
4 o'clock hour is next. Do not go anywhere.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You don't know Ski Mask, the slump god?
I do not.
Four p.m. and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dial lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T-clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe Rose, Woody Bo, Omar and more, Tobin and Leroy giving gooses galore. Yeah, for 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. For Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores. Hotman, Crowder, Solana, get ready for some more.
All right, we'll start the 4 o'clock hour with the stock market report that's sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Was just an absolutely brutal week on Wall Street, and it didn't turn around today. Dow Jones down 119 points, S&P 500 down 40 points, and the NASDAQ down 206 points. Ugly, ugly week on Wall Street. Let's forget it ever happened.
No good, no good.
No good, Hoch, no good. I did see Adam Schefter. This is interesting. He says Falcons general manager Ian Cunningham said Friday the team is bringing in Tua Tagovailoa to compete with Michael Penix Jr. for the starting quarterback job. That is interesting, because it's very easy to avoid any kind of drama by saying Michael Penix is the guy we drafted a couple years ago. He's our starting quarterback, and it's great to have a veteran like Tua in to back him up. And he said the exact opposite. He is here to compete for the starting job. Interesting.
And with the money that, we talked to John Michaels about it. It's no money for him. And if Tua can be great, he's great. If not, then they have a young guy there.
But that's why it would be so easy to say he's here to back up Michael Penix. I mean, you've got a investment in a draft pick with Penix, and you've got a bargain basement quarterback. To even open up the drama to have the coach have to go through that now because it's an open competition according to the GM. It's to me, that's really telling, because you can put all that to bed with Penix is our starter, and he didn't. He specifically said Tua is here to compete for the starting quarterback job.
If Penix is not coming off an Achilles tear, they have to say he's the guy. But I think it's strategic. You reading in the article is the first time I heard this, but him coming off the injury, having a veteran that's already injury prone, but to say we're competing, and knowing people from Atlanta, they're not happy about any of this quarterback situation. So let's say they're going to compete. And so now that competitive approach to it might make the fan base a little happier.
Look at it the same way Indy handled Indiana Jones and Anthony Richardson last year. They bring in Daniel Jones, and everybody just expects that to be a guy who's going to back up Anthony Richardson. And they went into the season saying, no, that's a competition. And nobody thought Daniel Jones was going to win, because why would you start Daniel Jones if you have Anthony Richardson, who you want to see? And I think the Falcons are approaching it the same way. If Tua ends up beating out Michael Penix and he's the better quarterback who can help us win, then that says a lot more about Michael Penix than it does about Tua Tagovailoa. But the same thing happened in Indy.
I think Tua's a better quarterback right now than Michael Penix.
Huck, Michael Penix has done nothing in this league. Tua has ran the number one offense for an entire year and plays well when he's not injured. Now, is he declining his health-wise? His health, his hip, his head, all this stuff, his weight going up and down. There's a lot of factors that we know being down here. But as we sit here today, Hawk, I agree with you 1,000%. Tua Tagovailoa is a better NFL quarterback than Michael Penix is.
All right, let's do 15 minutes of Heat. Don't forget, we're giving away Heat tickets at 4:40 this afternoon. 15 minutes of Heat is sponsored by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. You have some sound, Solana, of Spo yesterday talking about Bam before the game?
Yeah, nothing crazy. Just some of Coach Spo's comments. This will be really low-key. No imaging behind it. Here's what Spo had to say.
I apologize to absolutely no one. Period. It's a Tuesday night game against a team where they're not playing for anything, where their organization is trying to lose. I've seen people say, you got to be a purist. I'm a Darwinist. There's probably irony in these two organizations. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing. If Tank can get a great draft pick, I don't care. Like, you can do anything you want in this league. You can approach it however you want. We don't do that. And we have the 13th pick. Do something that you're trying to get out of the number 1 pick. I'm not losing any sleep over what other people are saying about it. What's ethical, what's not. Debate it or not debate it. Who cares? You can do whatever you want. Most of the people that probably made comments, they didn't watch the game. That's irresponsible or unethical. It was just an amazing moment, to be a part of that. And I would do it 10 times out of 10 again for Bam. I'm apologizing to nobody about this.
Like always says, I'm not unethical. You're unethical. The best retort.
I loved I'm a Darwinist. That's heat culture. Survival of the fittest.
But here's the thing that I was thinking about that. He goes, I'm not a... What did he say? I'm not a
purist. I'm a Darwinist.
Was it? I'm not a purist. Was that the word?
Was it purist or
purist? I think it was. I'm not a purist. Basketball purist.
Because couldn't you be both? I didn't want to fixate on this, but it's almost like saying, I'm not a fan of water. I'm a fan of land. Like, you have to pick one or the other. Couldn't you be a purist and a Darwinist at the same time?
You can't be. Survival of the fittest. The weak gazelle get eaten by the lions. The strong gazelle live their lives out. That's how life is done.
Right, but isn't that pure?
No, that's not pure. The purist is you pull your if somebody has 16, you're up by 18, you pull him because that's what the numbers say, and you don't want to embarrass the other team. No, survival of the fittest. The little gazelle with the bad leg is gonna die sooner than the strong gazelle. I love.
I get what you're saying, but I think what he was trying to convey was, I don't care how it's done. Like, I'll evolve. I'm willing to evolve and be different than what people think is the right path. And I think that's what he was trying to convey with, I'm a Darwinist.
I didn't take it like that I'm willing to evolve. I think it was more like survival of the fittest. Like, hey, if you can't hang with us putting 83 on your ass, that's on you. That's not on me.
If you can't stop the big gazelle, I'm going to keep running my big gazelle. Solana,
Man, I hate to fixate on this because it has nothing to do with anything. But can you just play that again, Jimmy? Because I got to see if he said purist, Darwinist. I got to see if those were the two words.
I apologize to absolutely no one. Period. It's a Tuesday night game against a team where they're not playing for anything, where their organization is trying to lose. I've seen people say, you got to be a purist. I'm a Darwinist.
So it was a purist or Darwinist.
There's nothing wrong with what they're doing.
You can shut it off, Jimmy.
Tank and get a great draft pick.
He was fired the F up. Those pregame press conferences normally go 3 to 4 minutes, short, concise. You get out of there. Yesterday, Coach Spo goes 15 minutes and was just on fire the entire time.
Let me just ask Claude real quick here.
Claude knows what it is.
Can you be both a purist and a Darwinist?
Yeah, absolutely. Those aren't mutually exclusive at all. A purist is just someone who adheres strictly to traditional principles or rules in their field. And Darwinism is about evolution and natural selection. You could be a purist about, say, classical music composition while also accepting evolutionary biology. Or a purist about grammar rules while believing in evolution. The two operate in completely different domains, unless you're talking about something specific where they'd conflict.
Basketball.
What context did you have in mind?
In the context of Eric Spoelstra's press conference yesterday.
I don't have information about Eric Spoelstra's press conference from yesterday.
Yeah, well, we barely do either. Yeah, I don't think those are mutually exclusive. I'm going to have to call foul there on Spo saying that he had to choose purism or Darwinism. No, I got to call BS.
No, he's talking about basketball. Claude just talked about you can be this way on literature and this way on something else. He's talking about competitiveness. You know what he's talking about. The pure side of you're up by so much and you're winning the game. Why would I leave him in the game? No, stop me.
There are many things I will allow on this show. Arguing with Claude is not one of them.
Bam was a alpha lion hunting, and all the wizards were three-legged gazelles. Go let Bam eat. That's Darwinism.
And it's as pure as it gets.
It's not as pure as it gets because the unwritten rules say that you pull him if he has 70, you're up by 18. And
if he said I'm an unwritten rulist, I'm a Darwinist, not an unwritten rulist, I would get it. I'm just telling you, you could be both a purist and a Darwinist.
I cut the fins off my shiners when I'm fishing so they wiggle real fast, but they can't get away from the bass.
Worst 15 minutes of heat ever.
Are you having a stroke? What the hell are you talking about?
So all the fish are swimming fast, but I cut the fins off of my bait so that they wiggle real fast, but they can't move because their fins are gone. So they can't get away from the prey. The prey is my bait and the big fish.
Yeah, but that's not Darwinism. That's you affecting. No, it's not.
I know I'm affecting only the strong survive, and I've weakened my bait.
Well, no, but that's the opposite of only the strong survive. Those fish would survive if you didn't handicap them.
I handicap them because the weaker are going to die and the stronger are going to live.
Right, but you made them weaker. That's the exact opposite of Darwinism. You can't be using that as an explanation for Darwinism when it's the exact opposite of that.
Hawk, the defense had their fins cut off and Bam was in full strength.
Right, but the defense had their fins cut off because they were just bad.
Only the strong survive.
I don't think you understand your own point.
Baby gazelles get eaten. Big gazelles get away.
Let's do headlines here with Solana, brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com. I love getting hung up on the wrong thing. I just find that to be a funny device.
Yeah, do you? I hate it. Because what I wanted to debate in that segment was that Spo said Bam will be up in the rafters one day. At one point throughout his press conference. And I wondered if 83 points, A, puts him up there without a doubt, which probably is, but B, gets you a statue.
Anyway, though.
Get you a statue without a title. Let's say he retires without a title, but he had 83 points. Does 83 points trump a championship? I'm not suggesting it does. I'm just getting a feeler here.
Stop it.
No.
Okay.
One non-record-setting game on a Tuesday night trumps a championship?
I don't think it does, but I do think. I mean, you're talking about only Wilt did something,
right? But what happens now if someone scores 88 this season?
Well, it's not going to happen.
Okay, but let's say it does, because I'm a Darwinist, not a purist. So let's say it does. Then what?
Well, then we'll nitpick the hell out of it, and we'll say it's not a true 88-point game. Come on. We have the whole playbook from Kobe fans already, Hawk. I'm ready to go.
No, he doesn't get a statue. Does Bam get a statue if the 83 doesn't happen? Because I don't think so.
No, without titles, no. Multiple, probably.
You'd have to, if Udonis doesn't get a statue, then Bam doesn't get a statue.
Doesn't get a statue.
Now, if Bam wins a title, then you've got an argument as to whether Bam has a statue or not.
Yeah, you can't just give out statues like Oprah gives out cars.
I'm with you, but I think comparing UD and Bam is probably apples to oranges.
Very
well, why else would he deserve a statue other than being everything that the Heat wanted him to be and Heat DNA guy. If he doesn't have a title to go with it, that's what you would stand on as to why he deserves it.
But also the fact that he scored 83 points.
I got you. But again, what if somebody scores 86?
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's likely not to happen. Nobody scored 80
Solana,
in 20 years.
I'm just going to say,
chances of that happening twice in a season.
Let me just say, no. Next year, 2 years from now, what's
Right.
the boy? We're playing Orlando. Blancho Ronquero, whatever.
Yeah, nailed it.
If Blancho Ronquero scores 85, does he deserve a statue in Orlando?
No.
But he scored 85.
All right, your headlines. Let's get this out of the way very quickly.
His name's Blancho.
Oh my God. This is the greatest text I've ever gotten. Leroy Hoard just texted me. I'm golfing right now with Tony Kukoc. That's unbelievable.
Really? In the rain.
I love Tony Kukoc.
He's not golfing. It's raining.
Maybe he's telling me. It just says I'm golfing with Tony Kukoc. Maybe it means I'm going to golf with Tony Kukoc.
Look, it's pouring rain.
Well, you don't know if he's playing in your backyard. I mean, he could be playing down in Miami.
Oh, he didn't work today. He might be out. He might be out of town.
Took the day off to golf.
Tony Kukoc.
Who's that?
You better not even be joking.
What, did he play for the Chargers?
He's the second best Chicago Bull behind Matas Buzelis.
Well, Matas Buzelis better shut the F up anytime he plays Luka. Did you see what happened last night with
No.
Luka and Matas?
No.
We don't have time now.
Put him in the dishwasher.
Have the
Matas
sound.
put Luka in the dishwasher?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Look up Luka's numbers.
He put Matas in the dishwasher.
He put him in the garbage disposal is what he did, bro. I have the sound of Matas reacting to Luka's game and Luka Doncic talking about what led to his 50-point game. And Hoch, you may want to start looking for a new player to idolize. Is all I'm saying.
What? What are you talking about? Sounds like Matas played Luka and Luka's running scared.
Yeah.
For 50?
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to prove a point on probably someone that he felt was his best competition. What did he say?
I saw the highlights. He put Matas in the dishwasher heavy cycle.
Leroy played yesterday, he says, with white chocolate.
Jay Will?
Yeah. Or real white chocolate, but I can't imagine real white chocolate has a good golf game. It would melt.
Does Leroy request to play with white people?
I'm not certain there's much of a choice wherever he is.
So you guys have any thoughts on Riley Patterson being back?
I actually heard the show yesterday where you were giving us hell about Riley Patterson.
Ooh, how long was your show yesterday?
4 minutes.
Stop it.
It was Hawk. I listened to it. I was in the car. I was fishing. And
He's
had
not
to-
wrong. It was like 4 or 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Came on. said congrats to Jay Lucas. And then went right into a Riley Patterson take. Prize picks. Gave out the Heat tickets. See ya.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah. So any thoughts? Riley Patterson?
I'm more hung up on Buzelis Luka, which is the matchup we've all been waiting for.
I'll tell you, I watched that damn game. Jay Lucas got some very physical grown men playing basketball right now.
Yeah.
Did a good job recruiting. Joe Zagaki's going to join us in the next segment.
Oh, okay, because they got some humans that I don't want to meet in the alleyway.
All right, guys. Your schedule.
How many did Matas have?
Dishwasher.
Let me see. This was last night?
Hawk, no spots. No spots.
142-130 was the final. Buzelis 22, man. 4 of 11 from 3. Boozy had a game.
Keep going, though. Keep going to that last stat column, the plus minus.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh, minus 25.
Hawk. I just saw Luka highlights and saw Buzelis standing there. He did not stand a chance.
Yeah, Luka went for 51. 9 of 14 from 3. It's because you don't want to take him into the paint. Buzelis knocked that bleep right out of there.
You know what? This is the first time I criticized Billy Donovan. He should have took Buzelis off of Luka at some point. That was embarrassing.
Nah, man. You don't take the top off the top. Talking about
the top of what?
The top of the league, top of the game. That's the matchup that the league and the fans have been waiting for.
Buzelis should have known last night.
Crowder,
you should have called him.
Take out Buzelis. Who are they going to put on him? Yuki Kawamura?
I don't know. Put somebody on.
I love that guy.
They tried. I watched some of the game. They tried to move Boozy off of Luka, and guess what Luka was doing? Pick and roll. I want him. He kept going after Boozy the entire game.
You know why? If you want to be the alpha dog in the pack, you got to take out the alpha dog.
Darwinism.
Sounds like there's going to be a part 2 to this matchup.
Sounds like Boozy was the 3-legged gazelle and Luka was the lion.
Sounds like you did 2 rams battering horns for a game. You tell me Boozy and Luka combined for 73 last night. What?
They were opposite teams.
Right.
Sounds like one of my favorite stats from the Bam Adebayo situation. Simone Fontecchio put himself in the history books because he had 18 points on the night of the 83-point game, meaning Simone and Bam, 2 teammates, combined for 100 points, which had only been done 5 times prior to Tuesday evening. All of those 5 instances, Wilt Chamberlain, but now put Bam Adebayo and Simone Fontecchio in that conversation.
Which is crazy because it should have been Myron Gardner.
I'll take Boozy over Simone Fontecchio.
You'd take Boozy over everyone in the league except maybe Luka. Maybe.
You're crazy.
I'm looking at the stat lines. I mean, they're pretty
Montage Buzelis over Giannis.
Plus minus was.
You talking about Giannis?
Luka was
talking
a plus
about
15.
the Boston boys. SGA.
Yeah, you haven't watched
Joker.
Boozy play then.
I've watched Boozy.
No, I don't think you have.
Boozy's a Darwinist, right, Hawk?
Boozy is a purist and a Darwinist.
Mm-hmm. 3-legged gazelle on the prairie.
All right. That 3-legged gazelle is a heat killer.
The Canes, they play in the semifinal of the ACC tournament tonight, 7 p.m. tip-off. Listen to the game here on WQAM. Your weather in South Florida, it's raining, but if you're playing golf with Tony Kukoc, who cares?
It's not raining anymore.
It's 81 degrees. That's your weather.
This poor Tony Kukoc just getting his head talked off by Leroy Horde, man.
Goodness. What do you think about BJ Armstrong?
Joe Zagacki is going to join us from the ACC tournament in the next segment. In Miami, we go to the and Heat tickets in 13 minutes. Heat tickets will be given away in 13 minutes. In Miami, we go to the beach for a little solcito. We dance the day away with a little salsita. And when we want a low price, you know you can always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Hyundai. Take advantage of a Pricito now on all your favorite new Hyundai models like a Tucson, Elantra, Santa Fe, Ioniq, Palisade, and more. all with owner assurance, America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai complimentary maintenance. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Hyundai with easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money, because you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Hyundai. Visit them at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
What about FD Florida and FD Sun?
How about FU?
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide?
Little William Joel.
Maybe I should buy some old
I like
tab collars. Welcome back.
So we've got the Heat tickets to give away in 5 minutes. 4:40. We are giving away the Heat tickets, so just make sure you're listening for that. Joe Zagaki's on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. By the way, we mentioned it earlier, World Baseball Classic. You've got the Dominican Republic in Miami tonight, and we've got intel from our friends at Celsius that they may be coordinating something with Juan Soto in Miami on Saturday. We're still working on getting the details, but you just keep it tuned to this radio station. And tomorrow when Dan Day is on the air, and you'll get all the info as soon as we get the info. All right, Joe Zagacki, voice of the Miami Hurricanes. He's in Charlotte. Was on the call yesterday. Canes beat Louisville. He'll be on the call tonight, 7 p.m. Canes take on number 2 Virginia in the semifinals. That's a good, impressive win for the Canes yesterday, Joe, correct?
Oh, God. Hocked about a great game. Miami and Louisville have played back-to-back tremendous games. The game on Saturday at the Wasco Center was back and forth. Yesterday, 12 lead changes, something like that, and came right down to the final couple of minutes. Great win for Miami. Maybe it will help their seeding in the NCAA tournament. They'll definitely be in the tournament, announced on Sunday. So that'll be fun to be back into the NCAA tournament. But great win yesterday. Pulled ahead in the second half and just held Louisville off. Really did a good job on the defensive end against an explosive Louisville team.
And Joe, Jay Lucas kept talking about like playing violent basketball, which is funny to me being a football player. But then I watched the entire game because it was, we were supposed to be on radio and we were off. So I'm watching the game. They are a very physical team. Have they been that the whole way? And can they keep that up going through the ACC and now the NCAA tournament?
Well, 3 Louisville players went to the locker room, and the referee almost went to the locker room as well. He ran into Uday. Yes, that's part of their makeup. The way he recruited this team. I don't know. You guys probably know the story that he hands out the Friday the 13th mask after every game, after every win, on whoever was the most valuable player. He calls his team a monster, so it's perfect tonight. Today's Friday the 13th. They've got the Jason mask ready to go, and against Virginia, it's going to have to be a very physical game again. But they have to play that physical game and defend without getting into foul trouble because they don't have a lot of depth. But they've got size, physicality, and they beat you up in the paint. When they score 40 or more points in the paint, they've only lost 1 game or 2 games all season long when they've scored 40 points in the paint. So that will be the objective again tonight.
It's Joe. It's funny you bring up the Friday the 13th mask. I was going to recommend you call the game today on the sideline with the Friday the 13th mask on to really just rally the spirit of that entire locker room.
Yeah. Well, I see a few problems with that one, Solana. One might be an audio issue. 2 might be a little hot with that mask on. And third, most likely the police would come and escort me out.
I'm playing all 3 of those scenarios, all 3 of those through in my mind, Joe, and I'm not seeing a problem with any of them. I think Solana's onto something here.
All right. Well, we'll give it a shot. We'll see if we make it to the 4-minute timeout.
Talk them into it.
Timeout at the 16-minute timeout. We'll give it a try.
You folded easily, Joe. You folded easily on that one.
Whatever you guys want.
Yeah, it's much
Joe's
easier to get
he's a
DBJ
married
to do
man,
stuff
Hawk.
than Joe. DBJ is much more agreeable.
I don't know. I hear you guys try to bait him into some lines, and he seems to back away from a few of them.
Well, that's only because Victor Bermudez steps in. I don't think DBJ would back away from doing anything, only because he's blissfully unaware. It's not that he's not. It's not that he doesn't have any fear. He's just blissfully unaware. Anyway, hold that thought, Joe. Hold that thought because it's 4:40 and we've got to give away Heat tickets. Play the sound, Jimmy.
What sound?
I thought Solana, I thought you had a sound every day this week after Monday. You were like, I should have had a sound for this.
Yeah, well, we did. We agreed on a sound yesterday. The Bam Adebayo take from Max Kellerman, and there's just nothing
Open
playing.
shot. Fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You better hit it. I want Bam Adebayo.
That's on Solana, Jimmy. That's not on you. He's got to be a better executive producer. Give you a heads up. Caller, what caller number do you want to take? We've got our final pair of Heat and Spurs tickets for March 23rd, Monday, March 23rd. What caller number you want to take, Crowder?
Ride with Bam. Don't go 83.
13. All right, 13.
Yeah,
13.
we can't do 83 again. Sorry, Jimmy.
Wendell will be
13.
answering the phones, or maybe Jimmy.
Yes.
305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Your final chance to win a pair of Heat and Spurs tickets. Caller 13 right now. Joe Zagacki is in Charlotte. What Jay Lucas has done in his first season as head coach, Joe, has to be up there with greatest South Florida coaching debuts, first seasons in history, right? I would put Paul Maurice in there, obviously, for what he did with the Panthers. This has to be up there, right?
I would think 7-24, 25-7, and okay. If I start thinking about first-year coaches, I'm not sure you want to judge that. Larry Coker won a national championship in his first year.
That's true.
Right. Don Shula took a Dolphin team to the playoffs. They were terrible in 1969.
Let me rephrase it, Joe. Let me rephrase it, because now that I'm mentioning Paul Maurice, you mentioned Larry Coker and Don Shula. Jay Lucas has to see some success in the actual March Madness tournament to be in that group. Yes.
Well. I don't know. I think this has been a wildly successful season. I think it's been wildly successful from a record standpoint, from an entertainment standpoint, and then from a program culture standpoint and recruiting. I think what he's doing is talking about laying groundwork for future Hurricanes to go, hey, that guy is a good coach. That guy's got a nice program. I think that makes all of this season very successful. Some programs, the elite ones, the UCLAs and the North Carolinas and all those blue bloods, they only care about 6 games in March. And I don't know that Miami's earned the right yet to only care about 6 games in March. So I would say what he's achieved here this season, regardless of what happens next week, has been incredibly successful. And I think they're going to be a hard out next week.
And Joe, Renew and Donaldson and the guys, that led the team in points, but everybody contributes. But like I even talked about in my last question, where like that style of play, it's different than what I've seen in the past. Like you've told me, and even and we talk to Jim Larinaga all the time, where his offense, everything ran through the guards on the outside, where now everything's in the paint. If they score 40, they've only won 1 game in the paint. Like, can they change that if somebody can physically compete with them in this tournament and the next tournament?
No, that's their identity, and that's the way they want to play. They want to force everybody to play, to match up the way they play. They don't want to have to change their identity. And furthermore, they're not really equipped to do that, Channing. They're just an okay outside shooting team. They're not a great three-point shooting team. They're last in the league when it comes to defending the three-point shot. They're midway in the league, mid in the league in terms of three-point field goal percentage. But they are number 1 in the ACC in field goal percentage because they shoot everything the free throw line and below. And that's where they have to make their living. However, they can penetrate a defense and get into the paint and then get second shots. They average, I think, 12 offensive rebounds a game, which is number 1 or 2 in the league. That's their game. That's their style. That's how they have to play. And not many teams can play that way. Not many teams want to match up. Put it in football terms. They're like a team that bludgeons you with their running game. Not many teams want to hang in there for 4 quarters with a great running game or a big offensive line that's going to pound you the entire time. They're big. They're physical. As long as they can play defense without fouling, they wear you out. And their guards are big. Donaldson's a big kid. True Washington is a big kid. And True Washington comes off the bench, and he just wants to get downhill. And nobody in their right mind wants to get in front of Shelton Henderson when he's got a full head of steam. And he's becoming a very, very good rebounder.
Joe, what if you just hold a machete like a prop throughout the entire game?
Well, again, Solana, you come up with these wonderful ideas, but I can see how Hoch and Crowder would be flummoxed with you, Solana. Have you thought this through?
Why do you have to throw cold water on all his ideas, Joe?
Because I'm a very pragmatic person, and number one, I have to get on the bus. And number two, I'm going to walk through 3 metal detectors here in about the next 15 minutes at the Charlotte.
Yeah, but when you set off the metal, here's an old trick. When you set off the metal detector, just show them your keys, and they won't even pay attention to the machete.
I don't have keys, Hoch. I'm
well,
in a hotel.
bring a pair of
When's the
keys.
last time they gave you a key?
Bring a pair of keys.
Maybe a foam. What about a foam machete? Just to kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah, you got a foam machete laying around anywhere?
Well, I do. I have a spare one in my luggage.
Well, Joe, it's funny. There's a Party City 1.8 miles away from the Spectrum Center. I bet you I could have it delivered to you in the next hour and a half.
Are you receptive to that, Joe?
I'll be courtside. If you can get it courtside, Solana, be my guest.
Hey, real quick, because I think Joe is actually the perfect person to ask this, because Crowder had asked, or Solana had asked this earlier, but Joe's been around both these sports a lot. Would you rather take a full-on charge from Giannis Antetokounmpo? He's got a full head of steam. Or would you rather take a 99-mile-per-hour fastball to the shoulder from Shohei Ohtani?
Oh, boy. That's death on both accounts. But I think if you take a charge, someone my size and age, you'd just be dead. So
right.
Probably the fastball. I think
that's
I'd take
what I
the
said.
Fastball and live with the bruise or whatever comes with it.
But Joe, a 99 per hour fastball, Joe, is not going to just be a bruise.
That's all it's going to be. You're not going to break your shoulder. It's going to be a bruise.
99 is breaking your arm.
No,
okay, but but taking a charge is going to be like getting hit by a truck.
Right.
So
going to break multiple bones.
Yeah. I once took batting practice. You remember Dave Righetti?
Yeah.
Pitcher for the Giants and Yankees, threw a no-hitter. When I was in high school, Righetti was in the Yankees AAA farm system, and they practiced at the same field that we played at. And Righetti let us hit. He threw me 3 99-mile-an-hour fastballs. I never swung. I never saw him. I only heard him.
Yeah,
never swung. Never took the bat.
But
right
Joe's
by.
right. The worst thing that's going to happen with the 99-mile-an-hour fastball is you're going to get a bruise. It's not going to break your shoulder. It's not. It's just not.
And Giannis, a charge isn't going to break your chest open. Your sternum's going to crack.
I didn't say sternum, but yeah, if you fall funny, you could break an arm. I mean, you see basketball players. You don't ever see anyone take a pitch to the shoulder and then they miss time. You see people get fouled in the NBA, and Anthony Davis, look out! That guy missed 7 weeks to take a charge.
Okay, Tua.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some real-time action here.
All right.
We're leaving for the arena, and so I'm going to walk out to the bus. Now, I want you to hear the great, maybe I might get an ovation. Hold on. Let's see what happens. Hold on, you guys ready? Here we go. I'm going to the bus. This is just for me. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Now, Solana, that's how I go to a game.
Right. You want him to go to Party City, Solana. The guy's got a marching band celebrating his 4 steps to the bus, Solana.
See, Solana, you think small. You want me to go to Party City. I just got an entire marching band as I got on the bus.
I gotta get rid of the dead weight around here, Joe. I gotta get rid of these guys who think small all the time. We need a marching band.
Has that ever happened on your show?
Nope. No one's ever
No,
set up a
there you
marching
go.
band for me.
Yeah, I set up a marching band for us.
Appreciate it.
How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good call on tonight's game, Joe. This really has been an exciting season. We're excited to listen tonight.
Well, I'll do my best with a machete and a mask over my face. We'll see what happens.
We'll see you, Joe.
All right, take care, fellas.
Listen to Joe Zagacki tonight here on this very radio station. He will have the call. Canes, 7 p.m. start on that one. Is that 7 p.m.?
7 p.m. tonight.
7 p.m. tonight right here, 104.3 FM WQAM. Don't go anywhere. 5 o'clock, Funky Buddha Happy Hour is coming up.
Anniversaries are very special. We all know that. The wedding anniversary, birthdays, all the other anniversaries. And my friends over at Ed Moore's are celebrating. Listen to this. It's crazy. Their 80th year in business. Family owned and operated for 80 years. That's why my buddies over there, Teddy Morris, the big man, Chris Atkins, the GM, and their amazing team that they've hired. They are celebrating at Ed Moore's Sawgrass Cadillac. They're commemorating this occasion by giving you special savings on Cadillac luxury. Like right now, you know, my wife has she has an all electric Cadillac. You have to get one. It is something special. Check out the all electric 2026 Cadillac Optic. Right now, you can get in one for just $349 a month, and the all electric 2025 Cadillac Lyrics right now $369 a month. They're having a good time. You can have a good time and get one of these all-electric, beautiful Cadillacs at Ed Moore's. They've been family-owned and operated for 80 years. So you know they know how to take care of their customers. Don't miss out on this 80th year anniversary savings. Go see my friends over at Ed Moore's Sawgrass Cadillac, 6-time dealer of the year. It's special over there. Sunrise Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. I'm telling you, visit EdmooreSawgrassCadillac.com. And I always tell you, being backed by Moore's is something special. My entire driveway is backed by Moore's. I got my roof done today, and they said, move the cars. We don't want nothing to hit it. Every car I had to back up was backed by Moore's. I said, hit it. They'll take care of it if you can. You got to be backed by Moore's. Click EdmooreSawgrassCadillac.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you.
Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suave, bésame, bésame.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery. Hochman's and the Ryan Senses are going out tonight. Little Hochman Sense get together.
Y'all going
see a
Suave?
Comedian. We're gonna get Suave and Mente.
What is that? Well, I don't know what any of that means.
What is that? Suave? Suave? Getting suave, Solana?
Like smooth?
Yeah. Suavemente.
Okay, so that's pretty much the senses.
Softly.
Softly smooth, suavemente.
Suave. Okay.
So this weekend is Pi Day weekend at Funky Buddha in Oakland Park. We know Pi Day is tomorrow, 3/14. They're going to have pie drafts. They have key lime pie tart ale, derby pie bourbon ale, lemon meringue blonde ale, and coconut pie cream ale.
No,
they've
all
also got
delicious.
that pie cocktail I told you about yesterday or the day before. Pizza pie martini, Parmesan and sun-dried tomato-infused vodka, basil and olive oil washed-dry vermouth, served up with mozzarella pearls and fresh basil.
I gotta try it.
Do you?
I gotta try it. A pizza drink, a drink that's made to taste like pizza. You gotta try one.
That's one of those cutesy things, right? That Mark Light Shakes does for, I love Funky Buddha. We're going out with Ryan tonight. And, Funky Buddha's a great partner on this show, but who wants that particular drink?
I have to try it because it's unique.
But is it unique good sounding, or is it unique, hey, I want to say I've had it sounding? Parmesan and sun-dried tomato-infused vodka. Are they making that themselves? Because I've never heard of that. You know how sometimes they have lemon vodka, this vodka, that vodka. They're doing themselves Parmesan and sun-dried tomato-infused vodka.
Taking vodka and putting Parmesan and sun-dried tomatoes in a big barrel and making the flavor come out of it. It's still going to be clear, but it's going to have a little hint of Parmesan, a little hint of tomato to it.
Basil and olive oil washed-dry vermouth?
That's just foam on the top of it.
Served with mozzarella pearls and fresh basil?
Mozzarella pearls that's something that's physically a mozzarella ball.
Is that what it is? Like, is a mozzarella pearl, is that breaded, or is that just a little ball of mozzarella?
Like, I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing it's like a little ball of mozzarella in the bottom of the glass.
It's just tiny little pieces of mozzarella rolled up into a ball. It looks like a little pearl.
Like boba tea, the little boba tea balls.
Right. Oh, you can actually buy mozzarella pearls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I'm going to get one.
And then at Funky Buddha, I don't know if you know, but next Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day. They've got a Irish-inspired beer and drink specials, $5 Emerald Isle Nitro Stout Pours, $5 shots of Jameson, $7 Dublin Drops, $9 beer and shot. I imagine St. Patrick's Day.
Shot?
Yeah, look at that.
Man,
look at
that's
the beer and the
St.
shot.
Patrick's Day special. You get a shot and a beer for $9?
$9, and that doesn't look like any old typical beer. That looks, it's not a Guinness because Funky Buddha does their own, but that's got the same coloring as that. That's one of those petroleum beers.
Yeah. That's a deal there. $9 beer and shot.
Split the Buddha. Split the Buddha. Throw that out to
Right.
Ryan tonight, and see what he says.
That's a long-standing tradition in our country.
Mhm.
Split the Buddha.
Yeah.
All right, let's do headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour. Brought to you by Durrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com.
Can't reach the G, but I'll split it.
Huh?
All right.
You
Miami
ever split
Heat.
the G drinking a Guinness? You ever split the G?
If I ever split the G,
Yeah, you don't tell me you don't know what splitting the G is.
I don't know what
Can't
that means.
Claim to be a beer drinker. You don't know what splitting the G is.
I drink Hop Gun. What does split the G mean?
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
This guy, so uncultured, this guy, man.
When you said it, I thought you were talking about the G spot. That's why I said what?
You got to split the G on the glass of your glass of Guinness.
What's the G
Oh,
spot?
I thought
What's that?
I'll send you a picture.
You hear the construction going on behind me?
Yep.
Supposed to stop at 5. Building rules are the. Now I'm nervous because they're still working in the apartment.
Your building rules are real loosey goosey over there.
Apparently.
Oh, why don't you have him go down to the parking lot, fix that column you ran right into a month ago?
Different contractors. I've been waiting. I still don't have my car back.
You crashed it.
I wrecked it.
I was gonna say, yeah. We talk about it like, yeah. I just hit the pole. You crashed your truck into a pole.
How do you wreck your car in a parking garage?
Well, I think we've covered it.
All right. Let me just run through your local headlines here because there really is a lot going on, which we have covered absolutely none of it today. Pelle Larsson had a career high last night. He's been balling. The Heat have won 7 straight games, their longest winning streak since November of 2023.
Wow.
They play the Magic tomorrow. The Heat are the 6th seed. They can jump the Magic in the standings with a victory tomorrow. They can be the 5 seed. They entered today only 2.5 games back of the 4 seed. But I don't know. I think you kind of want the 6 seed if you're the Heat.
I think you kind of gun for the 2 seed.
What? The 2 seed?
Why stop at the 5 or the 6?
Lead the NBA in wins is what Hawk's saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
Every time you go out, you know you got a show out. It's something that me and my kids have a call back on.
Matas Buzelis, 22.5 is his over-under tonight. They're playing Coach Larinaga's Clippers. He's finally going to get a good look at Matas Buzelis.
Who is Matas guarding? Because the last dude scored 50.
Well, Kawhi's 29.5 tonight.
Oh, over, double over. Can I do double over?
Bro, the Clippers are like legit good.
Yeah.
They started out horrendous.
Remember, we didn't even want to talk about them with Coach L. That's how bad the Clippers looked.
They have they're the largest margin between being 500 and games under to actually reach 500 or better in an NBA regular season. Crazy.
I don't know what you just said.
I don't either. I thought maybe it was me.
What did you just say?
I don't know what he said.
What stat did you just give us?
They have the largest margin. What?
You guys just don't know ball, man. Like, it's okay. You guys just don't know ball.
Well, I don't think you know words.
Repeat what you just said in English with commas.
I know Wendell's back there. Wendell knows ball. He knows what I'm talking about. 100%.
So what? So the Clippers are what?
Wendell, you got me, right? You got what I was saying?
I do.
Thank you.
So
Wendell
what's
knows ball.
going on?
No chance Wendell understood what
Solana
you
and I
said.
called a game together, so we have that chemistry naturally.
So what did you have to do? Translate what he said after every call?
Probably could have
Josh is the only play-by-play broadcaster who travels with a translator, English to English.
Yeah. It's a play-by-play thing.
Jimmy's laughing a little too hard at that one. I like that. The Dolphins, they introduced Malik Willis yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We also found out that they maneuvered some money around with the way that they cut Tua Tagovailoa. So, long story short, they had a little bit more cap space this year with the way that they cut Tua. It'll eat into some more of their cap space next season, not this year. But Tua's a Falcon. Malik Willis is a Dolphin. Yesterday, they signed Tutu Atwell and cornerback Marco Wilson. Tutu Atwell is a wide receiver. Today, they signed offensive lineman Jamari Salier, who started 40 games for the Chargers over the last 4 years. And wide receiver Jalen Tolbert is
My
also
favorite
signing.
one, and you probably got his name right there. My favorite, because I saw an article today about an airport. My favorite misspeak by you was when you said he had to do his physical at a hangar at Dulles Airport.
I remember that.
It was just in my head because I happened to read something about Dulles today, and I know you get gun shy when you're saying a name or something. Dulles Airport was the best.
They signed Marco Wilson from Florida?
Marco Wilson. I don't know if he went to Florida, but his name is Marco Wilson, cornerback.
He could play.
They're signing a bunch of guys who were either high draft picks or have starts. I really do like what the Dolphins have been doing. Nothing long term, and obviously it's no superstars, no big money, but it seems like they're filling out the roster with some high upside guys.
Yeah, high upside. But that's bargain bin. That's what we've talked about for a week now.
Yeah.
Where they have to
buy
sign
the bargain bin. You're looking for one misplaced Louis.
What's that?
One misplaced Louis Vuitton. You're shopping at Ross, and you're looking for that one little misplaced Louis that nobody noticed.
That's what you have to do. 1 year, $2 million, 1 year, 3.5, all that stuff. That's what you're trying to find. The one misplaced Louis.
I like that. Misplaced Louis.
I like it too. I've never heard that phrase.
Same.
I made it up. I just made it up.
I just like that phrase.
It's gonna be my next podcast name. Misplaced Louis. I'm gonna do it on Funny Lewis.
Leave my Funny Lewis alone because he is funny.
Watch it, Hawk.
That's not on Funny Lewis. That's Roy W2 Roy.
I know, but still, whatever.
No, not
I know,
whatever.
I know. I messed that up.
I just like when that happens to
It's
Jimmy
Friday.
because Jimmy will think about that for the next 4 hours. He will not be able to let that go.
Easily.
4 hours. He's going to apologize Monday.
Anything else, Jimmy? Anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Somebody texts in, Hoch, one of my pest control customers gave me a Lou Malnati's deep dish. It says 30 to 35 minutes. Didn't you say it should be 40 to 45? I cooked that thing for 90 minutes. I'm not even kidding. I get that thing cooked. So no, do not only cook it for 30 to 35 minutes.
Maybe he's confusing that with the frosted cake.
With the cake, yeah.
All right, guys.
You cook a frozen pizza for 90 minutes?
Lou Malnati's, that's right.
That's a doormat. You might as well wipe your feet on it.
You don't know anything about Chicago pizza, so just stay in your lane.
Goodness gracious.
It's not a pizza though, Crowder. It's like a massive just ball of cheese.
Like a pearl?
Inter Miami plays tomorrow. The Marlins are going to play in an hour. Spring training. They're playing all weekend. They play tomorrow at noon against the Nats. They play the Cards Sunday at 1 p.m. Canes Hoops tonight, 7 p.m. They play UVA in the semifinal. And the Florida Panthers look for their fourth consecutive win. That will be Sunday. They open up a 4-game West Coast road trip. They're in Seattle to play the Kraken. Don't forget, Inter Miami, they play Charlotte tomorrow. Some MLS action. Lil Messi chases his 900th career goal.
All right.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 81 degrees. Fancy that. That's your weather.
Call back to a Fancy That Friday. Clay Ferrero from Local 10 is going to join us in the next segment. Championship Meet Energy is nonstop at Gulfstream Park. They have live racing every Thursday through Sunday. They have featured stakes races on Saturdays. Tomorrow, by the way, they have Corgi races. The inaugural Coastal Corgi Classic is tomorrow. Family friendly. They'll showcase registered corgis competing in a series of short controlled sprint races. That is tomorrow at Gulfstream Park. Cirque du Soleil Lucia is currently playing still at Gulfstream. It runs through April 25th. You can get your tickets online. And we are almost there. Saturday, March 28th, the 75th running of the Curlin, Florida Derby. Tickets are on sale right now. They are moving fast. You want to secure your spot for South Florida's biggest race day of the year. Again, it's Saturday, March 28th. We'll do the show out there live on Friday, March 27th to get you ready for it. Also Saturday, March 28th, starting at 6 p.m., Gulfstream Casino will be giving away a new Ford Maverick and a share of $20,000 in free play. Earn entries for the new Ford truck all March long, including 5 times entries on Mondays. You can get all the info. You can get your tickets as well at GulfstreamPark.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
My metabolic age is 15.
Yeah, well, your metabolic IQ is 15 as well. Watch it, Jimmy. Jimmy, do you want to apologize to the streamers?
Yeah, that was a good point, Jimmy. Very good point.
I like when it, we know we're just on, you're only hearing us if you're streaming this on video right now. Yeah, I like when it becomes a feeding frenzy of everybody attacking each other on the show for different things. Jimmy had an easy coast job there in the first segment. All you had to do was withhold from saying, watch it, Hoch. You just couldn't stop yourself.
You're like, that's not unfunny, Lewis. That's W2 Roy. Yeah, I know. You're
Yeah,
like, well,
I know, but he's like, then he peters out. He's like, I know, but yeah, I got nothing. He thought between I know and but he was going to come up with something that was going to get him out of this mess, and it didn't. This is Crowder. Crowder's like trying to figure out, are we still on the air? Is there a segment going on here? I saw you like perk up because we're talking. We're just talking to the streamers.
Crowder, I actually, I wanted to say sorry.
What's that?
I'm sure you're really, struggling that the F1 races were canceled this weekend, man. I wonder, how you're gonna.
I can't even deal with it, man. I had to get
Saturday and
Lando.
Sunday, man.
I text Lando when you text me, and I said, Lando, man, sorry about it. He said, yeah, I'm up on points.
Some breaking news here. Guy. Breaking news. Andy Thompson has been declared the winner in Boca Raton's mayor's race. Came down to the wire. There were 6 votes separating the 2 candidates for mayor. Then it was down to 2 votes. And I just got a push notification from the Sun Sentinel. Andy Thompson is the new mayor of Boca Raton.
Who'd he beat?
Who knows? No one cares. The mayor of Boca
I care.
Raton.
I voted.
Hawk.
I voted.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Andy Thompson.
You don't ask people who they vote for.
Why not? It's the Boca mayor race. Cares.
I know. He said 6 votes decided it.
6 votes.
So 37 people voted.
Oh, over 20,000 voted.
I bet.
Yeah,
bro, Boca, that's retirement heaven. All those people vote.
They have nothing better to do than follow
Over
Boca
20,000
politics.
Who'd he beat?
Libelson?
Rashid
Liebelson.
Libelson.
Thomas Liebelson? Mike Liebelson.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Jamal.
On Friday, a machine and manual recount tabulated the thousands of mayoral race votes, with the final results putting Thompson 5 votes ahead of Mike Liebelson.
What do they
also,
decide?
I just got a text from Taylor Vipolis. Just says, already working on something for Monday.
It'd be funny if you guys would marinate Mondays. I'm so bummed. I'm really bummed that the open sounded terrible.
Yeah, Appel texted me. He was listening, or he was watching on YouTube. And he said, fancy that Friday, ! And then he wrote, hilarious, with Taylor's name pronounced wrong. And I said, could you hear it? And he said, barely. Definitely heard the music.
Yeah. No, because on my audition, when I produced it, sounded great. And then I don't know if I exported it incorrectly. It sounded good. I don't know.
Taylor says he's calling it Mullet Over Monday.
But it was really well written because his name is says Taylor Villa just peters out, and then it goes.
I kind of heard it, like it was definitely funny.
Yeah.
And then the music comes to a stop, and John.
I thought I heard that, and John. That was funny too.
But Fashion that and the music sounded like old British.
Well, that was the point. Like super
Fancy
hacky,
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like super hacky, open with like dramatic sounds for absolutely no reason. But then the idea was that the music bed would be like mysterious British drama because fancy that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Fancy that.
I'm open
Yeah,
for criticism, Crowder, but that was my idea.
think you just need to re-record the open with a voice that cuts through.
Well, I told Len that I didn't use our voice guy, and he wasn't happy about that. So I have to re-record the entire thing with our voice guy.
Yeah.
I like Ron.
Ron from the JCC.
Hoch, you know what he looks like. Solana's workout buddy.
Yeah, he looks exactly like Ron at the JCC.
I know exactly. I've met Ron. I've talked to Ron 40 times. I know Ron.
All right, streamers.
You want to end this stream?
Yeah.
We got it. We shooting at the
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, streamers. Later.
Y'all stay black.
Later, everybody.